One of our games just completed out in Austin. The Michigan State Spartans advanced with a 10-point win over Duke, 78-68 a short while ago in Austin. Jim Nantz with Coach Izzo and Paul Davis.
All right, Greg, I'm here with Coach Izzo and Paul Davis, and you just said what a huge win for us. Tell me about this one.
Well, I'm just happy for our guys. You know, they've been through a lot, and we said all along we're going to play this for them, and we played it for them, and give our kids credit. We banged and we hustled and we worked hard, and so did they. They got a very good team, Jim, as you know, but guys like this came through tonight.
You know, Tom, really, when the brackets came out, you guys were a 5 seed in a very loaded bracket. A lot of people, I think, we talked about this yesterday at practice, overlooked your team, and you told your team, I have never felt so sure about something in my whole life. We're going to make a run. What told you that?
Well, at the end of the year, we were playing better, Jimmy, and I think the Wisconsin win, and then we battled through some things, and I just felt confident. I liked the meetings we had at the end of the year, and sure enough, we're making a run, but we're not done yet.
Hey, Paul, huge game. A lot of offensive rebounds, a double-double, your matchup with Sheldon Williams. Tell me about this team and how you guys were able to beat the #1 seed.
Well, I mean, back in November when we lost, we felt like we had some things to correct, and we put everything into this game, and me and Sheldon, I was looking forward to that matchup all day yesterday and pretty much all week, and playing guys like that make me play better, and I look forward to them all the time.
Are you surprised you guys are 1 game away from going to a Final Four?
It's unbelievable. I mean, we can remember back when when we played Duke and watching all that game film, but it's here now. We got to take that opportunity.
Congratulations. We'll see you Sunday.
Thanks a lot.
All the best. Let's send it back to the studio. Back to you, Greg.
All right, Jim, Michigan State, a winner, their 5th straight Sweet 16 win. Coach Mike Krzyzewski, first time ever that he loses to Michigan State. Remind you, our last 2 regional semifinal games still to come tonight. Utah challenges Kentucky, and Villanova will take on North Carolina, the top seed in the Syracuse bracket. Now, what may be the real secret behind Carolina's success this season can be traced to a freshman who comes off the bench. Marvin Williams could easily be the major star in almost any other program, but as Bonnie Bernstein reports, he seems perfectly happy taking a leisurely stroll down Tobacco Road.
Why did I come to Carolina?
College basketball is on fire.
That's why.
One of the most interesting things about you is your philosophy on basketball. You had the chance to go to the next level, and you said, no, I want to go to college. You say it's okay to come off the bench. And I think a lot of people would wonder, well, does he not have the passion?
To me, life is about having fun. Coming to college, not going to the pros, was something I wanted to do. Play for Coach Williams, he was my teammates. A lot of guys were about me, but it's just about winning.
I bet a lot of people think it's strange that you're a die-hard Carolina fan growing up in the Pacific Northwest.
My dad is from here. He was a big-time Carolina fan, so I used to like Carolina a whole lot. I used to watch Coach Smith instructional videos with my dad when I was younger.
The North Carolina System, featuring North Carolina head coach Dean Smith and Roy Williams.
It was a very good tape. I used it a lot as a foundation for him because it was easy to put on TV so he can actually see what those coaches are talking about. And there have been times when he was probably around 10 or 12, he'd call me and ask me questions about something, and I couldn't get right there to help him. So I just tell him to go back and watch the video, and he would, and he'd pick it right up.
Not only are you close with your dad as far as father-son relationship, but the influence he's had on your game.
I remember watching my dad play when I was younger. He would do a move in the game, and I'd be on the sideline trying to do the same move. He's my hero in basketball.
Marvin always wanted to be a basketball player because when he was younger, him and his mom, they came to a lot of my games. So I guess he was brought up in it. I'm real honored that he said that I was his idol because I know he really loves Kevin Garnett. So for me to be bigger than Kevin Garnett is wonderful.
1, 2, 3, let's go!
When you got a guy like Marvin Williams coming off the bench, how does that help your cause?
Any other team in the country, he'd be starting and probably averaging 15 to 20. He knows he brings an impact, but he brings that energy that I've never seen before out of any type of player. So it adds depth and it adds a spark off the bench.
Is it fair to say that he is the best freshman in the country?
I can say that because I believe it. He's just been fantastic, marvelous, marvelous Marvin. I don't know what you want to call it, but he's just been amazing.
I'm going to run down a checklist of what ideally you want in a player. Good post moves.
Yes.
Outside shot.
Yes.
Good fundamentals.
Yes.
How many 18-year-olds have you seen like that?
One.
How much a part of a potential championship will Marvin Williams be?
He's that missing link because he brings that spark off the bench, and he brings that tenacity that he has when he plays the game.
You have a whole team full of Marvin Williams that ought to be cheating, because not only you're going to enjoy every day, you're going to beat most people too.
Marvin Williams and his teammates taking on Villanova. How easy is it, how much easier is it to develop if there's not that much pressure on you when you're not thrust into the starting lineup to start? You've got a great supporting cast as he does at Carolina.
Well, that's an excellent point, Greg. When you can actually go at your own pace, he has tremendous talent, but I love his disposition and his attitude. He's well-grounded, and he's a terrific all-around player. He can shoot it, he can go off the dribble, he can make plays without the ball. He's got a very well-rounded game and a bright future. I think he's the reason that North Carolina has a great chance to win it all, because with his talent and his disposition, the other guys have to fall in line with
Sean May will help.
Yeah, he sure will. That's just the culture that's been instilled in North Carolina, beginning with Dean Smith, of being bigger than something that's just bigger than yourself. And Sean May, I think, really the last month of the season has been arguably the best big man in the country, certainly a rebounding force inside, and it's going to be a lot for Villanova to have, and there's going to be a lot of pressure on that guy, Jason Frazier, the oft-injured Jason Frazier, who's going to have to be huge inside, obviously, Villanova. Without their leading scorer, Curtis Sumter, who blew out his knee in their last game. Frazier was huge in that game, but Villanova's going to need great production from all of their perimeter guys. Mike Nardi, Alan Ray, Randy Foy. Everybody better bring their A game tonight because they're playing the best team in the country.
All right, now, in our other game from Austin, it'll be 6th seed Utah taking on the number 2 seed Kentucky, and I would assume that everything revolves around, can Kentucky handle Mr. Bogut on the inside?
Yeah, I think that's where it starts. And for Bogut and for Utah, I think it's really important that Utah play through him from the start. Force feed him, try to let him get off offensively. Against Oklahoma, they didn't do that. They kind of let the game come to him. He was able to get his teammates off. I think tonight, because Kentucky is quicker on the perimeter and they're deeper up front, Bogut has to be the guy that's trying to score the ball early on to set the tone.
Well, we all know Utah's going to have the advantage in the paint, so Kentucky needs to have the advantage on the perimeter. Patrick Sparks has been a welcome addition to this program, the transfer from Western Kentucky. And I'm going to be fascinated to watch the point guard matchup tonight. Mark Jackson of Utah against the stud freshman Rajon Rondo of Kentucky. One thing that Utah does is turn the ball over, and Rondo among the nation's leader in steals. If Rondo has a big game, it could be tough, but both of us like Utah because of the way they use Bogut inside and play off of him on the perimeter.
I think what you guys are saying is that we're in for a little more fun before the evening is over. We'll take a time out and continue on the road to the Final Four in a moment.
Make more of your money work for you. Consider a fund targeted to your retirement year. For more information and to open a no-fee Roth IRA, call 1-800-FIDELITY. Smart move.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathed the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Visit ChoiceHotels.com this spring and book a stay at any of these hotels. You'll earn triple Choice Privileges points or triple airline miles. Triple your rewards only at ChoiceHotels.com. Choice Hotels. We'll see you there.
Sell your car on Autotrader.com. You get detailed descriptions, color photos, and more buyers than your local newspaper. So don't just list your car, sell it on Autotrader.com.
Hammer throw is tough. It isn't just you against a 9-pound ball. It's you against yourself. It's pure concentration, and you have to dig deep inside to find every throw. It's brutal. I had to study biomedical engineering just to relax.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
Before me, there was no such thing as a rock star.
Now, folks, we have a young man with a record who's doing real well here in Memphis.
Well, they said you was high class. Do you know how much money you spent last month, Daddy? Why can't you just stop buying stuff?
You know I can be found.
Oh, man, I love them uniforms.
Mama, you got yourself a palace.
I'm holding a press conference to tell them you're fired.
You ungrateful hillbilly! I knew you'd betray me.
Welcome back, everyone. Here are the games coming up shortly here on CBS. From Syracuse, Villanova against top seed North Carolina, tipping at 10:06. At 10:07, Utah and Kentucky will tip it off from Austin. We'll be back with you tomorrow. The road to the Final Four begins at 3 Eastern time, and then the regional final from Albuquerque, West Virginia against Louisville, and Arizona meeting Illinois out of Chicago. Now, in that West Virginia-Louisville game, Mike Gansey of the Mountaineers is suffering from an abdominal strain. Taekwon Dean of the Cardinals has a midfoot sprain. Earlier this evening, we spoke with head coaches John Beilein and Rick Pitino, and I asked them about the injuries to their respective stars.
I believe Taekwon Dean will be 100%, and he's raring to go.
Yeah, Mike Gansey, he's a tough kid. He'll be back.
Coach Beilein, I wanted to ask you about your team got off to a 10-0 start and then got into conference play and struggled a little bit. What happened to help this team put together the kind of run that it's been on of late?
Really, we just got our confidence back is really what happened. When everything was going well for us, and teams go through those adversities during the season, and the first time it hit us, we have such nice kids that they all took it personally on themselves and said, you know, I'm to blame.
My question is for Rick. We've heard a lot of conversation about the fact that you all were a 4 seed on Selection Sunday. You sound pretty angry about that, but in retrospect, don't you owe the committee a thank you for giving your team a rallying cry?
Well, I really wasn't angry. You know, we never made a big deal of it. I was surprised, but like I said before, in jest, you know, if you watch TV, it was a runaway jury.
Rick, as you look at this team that you're about to face, you've had a chance to see them. You know the kind of games they've played thus far in the tournament. On the surface, what's your solution to slowing down a team that obviously is on a good roll?
Their offense is what makes you nervous. They shoot it at all 5 positions. They're triple threat people. They can catch, pass, and shoot. So they're very difficult, and I think they're on a roll right now where they've beaten 5 top 20 teams of late.
Coach Beilein, same question for you, because obviously it was a pretty impressive Louisville team that took the court.
Well, I think there's some things you just can't control. I mean, I'm watching the shots that their guys are making, that Dean and Garcia are making. It's O'Bannon. It's incredible. We can be all over them, and I think sometimes it's just you shake your head as you go back down the court and try and regroup and say, we still, you know, got to try and win this game, even though they're practically unstoppable at times.
At this stage in your career, John, let's start with you. What would it mean to take your team to a Final Four?
It would mean a lot to me personally. I mean, I think years from now I think about it. It isn't a huge thing to me. It really isn't. I know that sounds crazy. It is a huge thing for our players in our university and our state, and in particular our players, because they learn lessons in life that cannot be replaced now. Right now, I just don't want the season to end. Whether we win or we lose, I don't want it to end.
For our state and our city, it's been a while, and certainly it means so much to the players, their families, and to our families and our friends who get involved with it. It's just, March Madness has just gotten so big. It's so much fun for everyone involved, and going to the Final Four is a great treat, and certainly one of us is going to get there, and they'll deserve it.
Coach Pitino and Coach Beilein, their teams will face off here on CBS 4:30 Eastern time tomorrow. We'll take a time out and come back in just a moment.
You've got to step up. Close out all of the pressure. Trust everything you've been taught. And just believe you can do it. You know, my first day on the job sure felt familiar.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
The all-new M is here. From Infinity. To that endless list of reasons why people fly, American Airlines now adds one more. Saturday night at home. Get lower fares all over the continental U.S. with no Saturday night stay required.
Flight 67 to sleeping in your own bed for a change. Enjoy your flight.
And remember to book your travel at AA.com, where you always get our lowest fares, guaranteed. We know why you fly. We're American Airlines. Push-button start, designed to put 335 horsepower at your fingertips. The luxury sedan, designed to outperform. Introducing the all-new M from Infiniti.
10 days until Championship Monday, only on CBS 2. It's GMC's NCAA March Madness event. Now get 0% APR for 60 months for qualified buyers on every 2005 Envoy, Yukon, and Sierra. Big deals for the big dance. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana GMC dealers before March 31st.
In one of our earlier games this evening, the Duke Blue Devils became the second #1 seed to fall in this NCAA tournament. Bonnie Bernstein a short while ago with Coach K.
Mike Krzyzewski, 22 Duke turnovers, converting into 29 points for Michigan State on the other end. Safe to say those were the glaring numbers on your stat sheet.
And you have to credit Michigan State with the pressure that they put on the ball, because they really didn't get any of the turnovers on traps. They did it with good, hard play. They were, you know, I mean, I thought our kids played hard too, but they really pressured the ball well. And it not only, Bonnie, it's caused turnovers, it caused us not to see some people who might be open. It's like rushing the quarterback in football. You know, there's a receiver open. JJ was open a few times in the first half, and because of that pressure, we weren't able to see him.
And here's the second half of our game schedule this evening. Villanova against North Carolina in Syracuse. Utah against Kentucky in Austin. Those of you slated for Syracuse, that's where you're headed. If you're headed for Utah and Kentucky, we'll send you off to Austin. Game time here on CBS right after this.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Intel Centrino Mobile Technology, the new Singular, Bud Light, and by Pontiac.
People all over are waking up to a new kind of performance sedan. This is the first ever Pontiac G6. And things are a lot different in here. With action, anything is possible.
Want to get rid of the wires? Get a wireless laptop with technology designed for lightweight. Make sure it has Intel Centrino mobile technology built in.
Scent is the strongest sense tied to memory. How will you be remembered? Introducing Red Zone Body Spray in 4 great scents that all last longer than the leading body spray.
I love camping.
Red Zone Body Spray. Spice things up all day, all night.
Item 7. What flavors do you taste?
Which one is this? Twisters.
Mmm, bold.
Cool Ranch and Cheddar. Cool Ranch and Cheddar.
Cool Ranch and Cheddar. Yeah.
Good. Item number 8.
Mmm, brownies. Mmm. Cool Ranch and Cheddar.
Oh, yeah. Bold.
Cool Ranch and Cheddar.
Last one, number 10. Tell me what you actually taste.
Cool Ranch and Cheddar.
Cool Ranch and Cheddar. Cool Ranch and Cheddar.
New Twisters Cool Ranch and Cheddar from Cheez-It.
Pick up your checks.
There it is, a win for the ages.
A tradition unlike any other, the Masters on CBS.
welcome you to Syracuse, a crowd of 30,700 on hand for the second game of the regional semifinal. Tonight we match up the 5th-seeded Villanova Wildcats, 24-7, against the top-seeded Tar Heels of North Carolina. The winner of this one will take on Wisconsin, a come-from-behind winner over North Carolina State in our first game here. Good evening, everybody. Vern Lundquist along with Bill Raftery. We welcome you to Syracuse, a very, very deep and tall North Carolina team, and a Villanova squad that goes without one of their big men, Curtis Sumter.
Well, they won't have to do too much different because they'll change defenses, they'll isolate, but oh, are they tiny. The runs almost, but the big thing, I think, is shot selection. Don't take quick jumpers. Make sure you change the look on this talented Carolina team.
Fourth time these two teams have met in the NCAA tournament. We'll take you back to 1982 for Game 1. Michael Jordan led the Tar Heels to victory in that one en route to the national championship. In 1985, the Wildcats won in the regional final in Birmingham en route to that school's only national championship. And in 1991, George Lynch led the Tar Heels past the Wildcats. That game played here in Syracuse. Jay Wright, 4th season, head coach at Villanova. Roy Williams, 2nd season, head coach at his alma mater. 17th season as a head coach, 15 in Kansas. And we'll get to the lineups in a moment, and jumping center will be Jawad Williams and Will Sheridan. This game brought to you in HD TV by Harris Corporation, the world leader in broadcast systems for high-definition television. The officiating crew, Tom O'Neill, David Hall, and Jerry Pollard. Into the hands of Sean May, quickly Jackie Emanuel. And Vern Lundquist. Villanova goes. Winner. And they will see a lot of variations. Matchup, straight zone.
They made them take time. That's very important. How about this time?
Alan Ray has really had problems scoring in this tournament. That'll be Alf Raymond Felton, and it'll be Villanova ball. Will Sheridan, take a look at the sizes on the left side for Villanova. 6'2", 6 foot, 6'1", and 6'3". That all caused, it's like Rupp's runs from Kentucky.
That's what it reminds you of. Larry Conley in that crowd, Pat Riley. I think I could be the power forward. You could be the small forward on that lineup. But they will play hard. They can take you off the dribble. Very good with the bounce.
Here's Randy Foy, one of the 4 guards. Foy launches one and cans it for 2, just inside the 3-point line.
And these kids are confident, Vern. Here's that 3-quarter press. They don't want them to shoot quickly. They've got to recover, or this is going to happen.
Will Sheridan, hell ball. Possession arrow, Villanova. Just in case you don't know the story, Curtis Sumter, outstanding player for this Villanova team, went down with a left knee injury twice in the game last weekend against Florida. Torn ACL. He will have surgery at a later date.
And what a talent, too, Vern. It's very sad. He's had a tough year with injuries. This is the isolation. They are unabashed as Floyd knocks it down. You got to stay up on them. They freeze you with the dribble, back dribble, and shoot it.
Randy Foy, 5 points and a 5-0 lead.
A little small change. Could have been Nardi on the reach down.
It was. Nardi with his first. Non-shooting foul to be inbounded. A 5-0 start. Randy Foy. And here's North Carolina into Rashad McCants has it now.
Ooh, what a breakdown. I think they got to go inside either with the dribble. These kids are competitive. And McCants, one of the truly great talents. Lowry picks up that one, I believe, on the drive. I think they can go to May with regularity. I get that feeling he could power up, cause Sheridan some problems with fouls.
Sean May, fresh from a monster game. He and Marvin Williams both with double-doubles in the win over Iowa State down in Charlotte last week. The second-round win. Here's Felton.
Nice.
Underneath, there's May.
And that's May gave the ball up, got a screen, and got himself right to the rim. Terrific play.
On the floor, here's Mike Nardi from Linden, New Jersey, outside the Philadelphia area. Nardi, the sophomore, Along with Foy, Ray, Kyle Lowry, a freshman, getting his 3rd start of the season. Nice trap. Here's Nardi.
How about that recovery?
Block from Manuel.
How about that recovery? You think you got a layup? May now down screens here and just stays as they trail the dribble. Great drag with the bounce. The big fella sending it in early.
Nardi will inbound for Villanova. Wildcats playing in the NCAA tournament first time since '99. Here's Ray. He is now 1 for 20 in the NCAA tournament. 1 for 20. McCants. And the foul occurs before the shot.
Now, if he's a shooter, which he is, Ray can't even think about that. It's like missing a putt, you got to do it again. This team really sticks the jump shot, so they hopefully will get him out of this slump. They need all 4 of the little guys to be threats.
Alan Ray missing 2 in this game. And he is the leading scorer for Villanova on the season with a 16.5 average.
And Felton trying to establish May. They go solo. Wow.
And 1. Sheridan with a foul.
A little power. Well, his daddy was a face-up jump shooter, and a very good one at that. Player of the year in '76, but this is just tough to leave a guy alone. You mentioned the way May is playing lately. He is just physically overpowering.
Now Jason Frazier comes on the court, 6'10", replacing Kyle Lowry, the 6-foot guard. Frazier with a wonderful game last week. Has been reduced to a subs role because of recurrent injuries, but he had 21 points and 15 rebounds in 30 minutes off the bench in the win over Florida last week. And we're tied at 5.
The trouble with Frazier, they can't practice him, so it's really inhibited his growth as an offensive player. They will try to establish him, I think. Make May guard you. I think that's one of the key elements when you play this club.
Well, you were right when you said Alan Ray will keep shooting.
Hey, that's the name of the game. I'll take you out if you stop, I'm sure Jay is saying to him.
Felton. Nope. May. Frazier. Rebound. Villanova. The Wildcats. They're not afraid of running.
Not at all, and they will take that early quick shot. They just got to be careful if it's not a good shot.
Marvin Williams getting ready to make his first appearance on the floor, the freshman from Bremerton, Washington. Here's Foy, jumper.
Oh, is that agonizing? If you're a Wildcat fan, they've slowed Carolina down, though. Not able for the quick push, but this is a nice play. Oh, I thought he was going to complete it to May.
Well, this one took a trip around the equator. Started at Cairo, got off at Quito, Ecuador.
And you've been to all those places.
7-5, Villanova. Nardi, Foy, Ray, Frazier, and Sheridan on the floor.
See the face guarding here. McCants back to the ball. They're just trying to take Ray out of the play.
Jumper, Foy. Yes.
They love this, Fern. I mean, they don't want any big guys, these kids. Just give it to me. A little nylon. Playing with confidence.
Randy Foy, the junior out of Newark, New Jersey. McCants.
Tough shot under duress.
Sheridan rebound. And Foy's going to walk it up. Jay Wright up off the bench, chatting with his club.
Well, Jay feels the TV timeout's really important for his team. Plenty of time to rest, but don't want to run ragged.
Here's Foy. Oh, my!
Woo! That was from Newark, New Jersey, that baby. What a confident stroke he has. East side, best.
Already 11 points for the junior out of Newark.
Nice
There's
pass.
the dish underneath the Williams and a foul. Will Sheridan. Randy Foy, 4 of 5. Villanova by 8.
Behind me.
I see him.
Go south. Head for the roof.
That way!
I sent the package overnight. Should be there by 8:30.
Should be there?
Trust me, he'll be there.
The most trusted color on earth. UPS. What can brown do for you?
Sure beats watching the game on your TV.
You never seen my TV?
Don't have to. I can tell what kind of TV you have just by looking at that cell phone of yours. You have a 13-inch TV that you got free with your mattress 5 years ago.
It's a dishwasher.
Only Singular has exclusive deals on the very latest technology, like the ultra-thin razor.
And I can tell from your phone that, oh man.
The new Singular, raising the bar.
Why do we work? Why do we get up every day and leave the people we love? At the Principal Financial Group, we know you work for more than just a paycheck. For 120 years, the Principal has helped people keep more of the money they make and do more with the money they save. You work hard. We make work hard for you. The Principal Financial Group. We understand what you're working for.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Back to Syracuse in a moment, but first in Austin. Well, we said all along, you got to find an answer to Andrew Bogut. The big guy just keeps going at it and going at it and going at it until he scores. That's his only bucket of the night. Utah with a 7-6 lead on the Kentucky Wildcats. We'll keep you updated. Back to Syracuse. Vernon Bill.
Randy Foy has fueled a 13-5 Villanova lead here in the early going. There is Curtis Sumter on the bench, the junior from Brooklyn. Left knee injury last week, midway through the first half when he went over Florida.
And they're going to rehab him physically so it's as stronger than the good leg. They did that with Kyle Lowry, if I'm not mistaken, Vern. And he got back quicker after the operation than they expected. So they're hoping the same thing works for Sumter.
Yeah, Curtis Sumter, leading rebounder. And 22-7 record with him. Boy, he was off to a great start last week.
A truly terrific talent. And yet these kids are stepping up. The one fear I have, can you make these jump shots all game long from deep? And here's a little switch of the D. 2-2-1.
Nardi across the timeline in the corner. Ray and the rebound for Felton. They want to run. McCants with a leak out. They find McCants in the corner.
And Villanova, once again, gets back quickly, straight up.
May with a soft jumper.
He's just, everything softly hits the palm. I mean, he's just a guy that catches everything, understands time and space, a little freeze with the shoulder. And Fraser, who's a terrific shot blocker, unable to get it, Vern.
Mentioned his dad, Scott May, who was the leader of that 76 team. This one's off the mark for Allen Ray. And here comes Carolina running again. Felton. Fraser. There's Williams from outside. Chases down his own long rebound, but Dish a little too far to the left. Sean May.
I talked like that, just softly, the one-handed stab. And this is what makes him special. He's got great shoulders, so he can distance himself from the defender. And just holds the guy, and then the release.
Dad Scott is here somewhere among this crowd of 30,700. He can't sit and watch, so he paces.
Yeah. A lot of dads like this. Nice denial by May to Frazier. I think you got to make Sean keep busy.
Randy Foy.
This is their ISO. They just stand still.
Jumper in and out. That was Kyle Lowry who's back. And Frazier muscles his way up. And will shoot a free throw.
I'll tell you, he reached a long way with that wingspan, but a soft enough jump shot. First to penetration, the kick to Lowry. Now look at that, full extension, maybe a 39 sleeve length. and knocks this baby down and gets to the free throw line. They do need second opportunities, Vern. You just can't chuck it, duck it, and expect this Carolina team not to score at the other end.
Frazier only a 61% free throw shooter. This one saved by Randy Foy.
You've got to get all of those things when you're playing a superior talented team.
Nardi with Felton going for the steal. It's knocked out of bounds by Raymond Felton.
I think they got a foul on that sideline.
Yes.
I think Williams may have been involved on a hold on the screen down. Not that Williams? Marvin Williams.
Marvin Williams, and that's his second. Sean May is out. Marvin Williams stays on. Jawad Williams comes back. They are coached, of course, by Roy Williams. How about Lowry?
Whoa! The blow-by to the tin. Does he have some smoke when he turns the corner?
Kyle Lowry. Here's Felton at the other end. Rebound, Frazier. That's 3 rebounds for Jason Frazier. He had 15 a week ago. Kyle Lowry, number 13, the freshman out of Philadelphia, played basketball at Dougherty High School, and celebrating his 19th birthday today. He's got the ball right now.
This is his game. Get in the lane, either finishing or dishing. Drive, draw, and take it yourself.
And now he's jawing with Rashad McCants.
He's got to look up to him to do it.
I mean, he is in his face as they came back down.
He's got to be careful, and they are getting those entry lanes here, and that's dangerous. And the high-low from Williams.
Blocked by Frazier, a 10-point Villanova lead. Lowry wants it back. Loses it. Here comes Carolina running. Nardi's back. McCants pull-up jumper. Not there. Foy rebound.
And what a rebounder he is, Vern. 5 a game. The little guy playing like a power forward. But right here, a little cross. Timmy Hardaway. Well, maybe per Washington. We're in Syracuse. And here, taking it right to the teeth of the defense, separating and able with strength to convert. Wow. He's a powerful kid, isn't he? And very comfortable. Well, they were standing on the sideline. The refs wanted everybody to sit down. Boy, Jay has his kids primed today. They're just ready, aren't they?
Well, he told us yesterday at the shoot-around, these kids don't know that they're overmatched. They really believe.
And they were all talking about the fast breaking and making sure that they got themselves back. They felt they had worked hard all year on it.
Now Nardi back on the floor. Randy Foy gets a rest. And the ball inbounded by North Carolina. They've yet to hit one from three-point range. They're 0 for 5. Here's David Noel. Here's May. Pump fake. Travel. Vote for your Pontiac game-changing performance of each round. Nearly $150,000 of scholarship contributions on the line. Take action. Vote now at ncaasports.com/Pontiac. 10-point Villanova lead.
Open middle. Drive. Turn the corner and create for somebody. Nardi just using some clock here. I think that's what they have to do every once in a while. Make them work. They got a 5-second count.
Raymond Felton making his presence felt defensively.
I had said to you off air, do you think he's as quick as Allen Iverson was in college? I mean, it's in that league, Vern, if it isn't.
That's a heck of a comparison.
Wow, he's just extraordinary. And Dean Smith in his heyday, they ran. And Roy has, over the years at Kansas, even pushed the steam and the speed up considerably. Jacques Vaughn is a guy he had out there that turned the engine up, and now they got Felton, who's maybe the best in the country. They got May on the duck-in hold on Frazier. This is a tough beginning for Roy right now. May on that walk, by the way, Vern, Villanova had pulled his shirt, and then he walked. Pretty good tip. Tough way to stop him.
19-9, under 12 to go in the first half. Here's Lowry. Pull-up jumper. He got another.
Oh, this kid is just a tough out. Very competitive.
Got his third start tonight. He had 15 off the bench in the win over Florida. There's May, and a blocking foul is going to be called on Kyle Lowry. How about 6-foot Kyle Lowry getting caught in the matchup against Sean May?
He's not afraid to step in on the defensive end or counter on the offensive end. Tough.
What is greater than? Greater power. Greater grip. Greater innovation. The all-new 255 horsepower Audi A4. More power, under more control. It's greater to lead than follow.
Later on, LeBron James is here, and we'll have this, something like that. Let's just run through it. Yeah, okay. No, I think it's sold out, actually. Let me just start like that. Whoa! Are you guys rolling on this? Yeah. That's a 90-footer. Ow! That is amazing. Oh, my. Did you get that? You have that, right?
Plus, its faster formula knocks out weeds in 12 hours. The leading imitator doesn't. Now improved Roundup Plus knocks out weeds in 12 hours.
When I make your breakfast, I know you'll have a great day. Denny's new Meat Lover Scramble comes with bacon, sausage, and ham mixed right in with the eggs. And the Heartland Scramble. Then I add bacon, sausage, hash browns, and pancakes. And they're just $4.99. Denny's, we're cooking now.
The fans sitting here and here and here switched to Allstate car insurance last year. They saved an average of $338 a year. Are you in good hands?
You can control speed. You can control direction. You can control everything except your fellow man. Rated E for everyone.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Back to Syracuse in a moment. First of all, in Austin, Kentucky, a point down, has gone on a 6-0 run on Len Izabuki with his first 2 points of the game. The Wildcats now lead at 14-9, coming up on 10 minutes to play in the first half. Back to Syracuse, Nova, and UNC. Vern and Bill.
11:39 to go, first half, 21-9, a perfect start for Jay Wright and the Villanova Wildcats.
Incredible. I mean, perfect game plan. They played confidently, great preparation, going at them and then pulling it out. He told both of us the toughest kids he's ever coached. And he's been around a few. You got Hofstra, he had some very talented kids. Of course, longtime assistant for Rolando Massimino. They're all down in Florida. Rolly and his children enjoying this one.
This is May misses the second, and Fraser with another rebound. This is the 20th anniversary of the Villanova championship game. 1985, they defeated Georgetown 66-64. Rolly Massimino, the coach there, said he had 21 radio interviews.
And he loved every one of them.
You bet.
Probably charged for half of them. He's got the Max going tonight, Mary Jane, I'm sure. And what a start for them.
Randy Foy, 4 of 5, pull-up jumper from 3. This one doesn't go. And here comes Felton, and he'll run it in the middle. And the adjustment gets the follow.
He should have run it out. Look at May go after that. Oh, boy. Give me that. Oh, is that toughness personified? I mean, he goes 3, 4, 5 feet for rebounds.
Whistle.
I think timeout for Jay.
Timeout. Sean May, 10 of North Carolina's 12. They still trail by 9.
All right. How do you guys leave work early every day to come in here and drink Bud Light?
Well, me, I'm a lawyer. The secretary's telling everybody I'm in court.
I'm in real estate. I have showings all afternoon.
I drive a steamroller.
They won't miss me, though. Those things pretty much drive themselves.
Bud Light, fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
There's a place for us. Somewhere, a place for us. Peace and quiet and all.
For those in the academic, medical, and cultural fields whose work serves the greater good, we serve you. TIAA CREF, Financial Services for the greater good.
With USPS.com, if you can't come to the post office will come to you.
Nice.
The U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
I need to send this priority mail, so I need a postage, mailing label, and I also need insurance. Can you do that for me, sweetie?
Yeah.
Thanks, honey.
With online shipping from USPS.com, the U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
Look at this place. What do these guys have that we don't have?
Well, they do have the rotary-powered Mazda RX-8, the Tribute, Mazda 3, 2005 Automobile Magazine All-Star, and the thing no one else has, Zoom, Zoom.
Okay, we got it.
It's the Mazda's on the Move sales event. For a limited time, lease the Mazda 3i 4-door for just $179 a month for 36 months with $19.99 to at lease signing.
Call you back.
Hurry, offers end March 31st.
The Incredibles is the #1 DVD in the universe.
I'm your #1 fan!
But get your copy fast before it disappears. Disney presents a Pixar film, The Incredibles, now on DVD. Get it before it's
too late.
Enterprise, I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up free and get you on your way.
Nice save, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Villanova by 9, hitting long-range field goals 3 of 9. And Sean May has all of the field goals for North Carolina, including one just a moment ago.
And how about this effort? You know, if you switched to protein and got off carbohydrates, Vern Lundquist, you could attack the rim. How about the one-handed snag there? Just such an aggressive performer. Physically, he reminds me of Wes Unseld. And yet he's got finesse and face-up shots. This is a loaded talent. They go zone 2-3.
Foy and Nardi, the guards, along with Allen Ray. And 2 bigs on now, Frazier. And here's the skip pass. Jumper, not there. Melvin Scott, one of the seniors for North Carolina, has it. Felt it. Right side, Jackie Manuel. Into the corner. Jawad Williams, another of the seniors. He screens for Scott. Scott takes the 3. Got it.
Frazier was afraid to come out. They were in their junk defense. They scramble around. This 2-3 zone, Sherman did a great job screening the last time. They're going to have to get some touches inside. They'll match up on the shooters.
See the Carolina fans behind the Tar Heel bench. They stand now. Allen Ray off the dribble, kick out. Nardi. It's there.
I'll tell you what,
2.
he has been making shots. I mean, confidently. They get him in that slot, little drive, get the attention of 2, and kick it.
Scott looks inside for May. There's the help defense coming from Allen Ray. Out of bounds, Villanova ball.
Everybody can shoot the ball. They put so much pressure on you. You got to match up. Even if you're in the zone, you got to stay on them. You can't assist as much. And, of course, the dribble created the havoc on the defense.
Kyle Lowry back on the floor. You see Nardi's numbers. Had 15 in the Florida win last week.
They switch right away after that jumper by Nardi to the man-to-man.
Foul's going to be called on Sean May.
He's got a little hook, you know. Frazier, it's sad, really. The wrist, the tendonitis, the foot, the hand when he came back this year. Inability to practice. He hasn't developed the smoothness necessary or the step. Jay said they just can't do it to him.
Non-shooting foul. And Foy will chase this one down. Jackie Manuel back with him.
Well, you better be quick on the floor tonight. They have some coverage.
Foy. Blocking foul, Jackie Manuel. defensive all-ACC again this year.
Well, he can really guard a guy, just didn't get quite to the baseline to turn him.
Team fouls now 5 for North Carolina. Villanova already is committed. Here's Foy with a turnaround, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Woo! This one was a little bit of a mystery. When you own the court, you call this one at the end of a game. McCants looking like in disbelief. They take pride in guarding without fouling. And that's, you don't want to put people on the foul line, give them easy ones.
Tonight on The Late Show, Dave welcomes Vin Diesel. And Dave recaps a day in the life of the Michael Jackson trial. Tonight on The Late Show, right here on CBS. Randy Foy shoots one more. Substitution, Alan Ray back in the floor replacing Foy. This is a quartet of juniors. Foy, Ray, Curtis Sumter, Jason Frazier. Really the cornerstone of this rebuilding effort for Jay Wright's team.
Sort of stepped up at the end of the year. Came in with good chemistry, good feel.
Here's Felton in the lane. Rebound May. Off the glass and good.
Now he made that opportunity for Felton. The ability to get in the lane is something Felton possesses, but May occupied 2 people, and then his recovery, incredible.
12 points for Sean May. And the lead is 7. Villanova. Lowry.
Ooh, what a look.
How about that one? And a clean block from Jackie Manuel.
And that's why he's known for his defense. Great reaction.
Offense.
They just can't get started right now. And you can see some of the expression. McCants just put his hands over his head. Not in disgust with his teammate, but just the inability to get any smoothness out of their offense.
24-17. Villanova jumped off to a 5-point lead. North Carolina tied it up. Then the Wildcats scored 8 unanswered, and they've led ever since. There's the screen from Sheridan. Ray fires, got it.
And Vern, that's the 1-3-1 zone. And that little gap there, you've got to come way out from the foul line to attack that guy. Can't give them clean looks.
Second basket. Here's McCants at the other end. In and out. Kyle Lowry, the 6-footer with a rebound.
And Jay pulls the plug.
Yes, he does. Slow it down. Nardi comes back to put the play in motion.
Now your wing guys have to play people who are great with the ball. That's too spacing's terrible. We got to call timeout. Wow, that's like our dinner table. Goodness, we got too many people and not enough cash.
Oh dear. 7:19 to go first half. Time called. Villanova up by 10. Carrier Dome, Syracuse.
A fan sitting here switched his car insurance from Geico to Allstate and saved $318 a year. This one switched from Progressive and saved $476. This one switched from State Farm and saved $214. Just 3 of the 1 million drivers who switched to Allstate. Out to save America some money. That's Allstate, Stan. Are you in good hands?
Villanova Wildcats lead it by 10 with 7:19 to go. Caught the attention of the country with a victory at home against Kansas.
And not a victory, a pounding.
Yes, it was. And Jay Wright coached at Hofstra for 7 years. Also on the staff, as Bill mentioned, of Villanova. Grew up in the Philly area, a graduate of Bucknell, and said he was in tears watching that Villanova victory over Georgetown in 1985. Here comes Villanova, North Carolina running it.
That's what they have to do. Get a little smoothness. Look at that penetration. Oh, he didn't have to reach down. Excellent call. Frazier, bigger, can elevate.
Time called. 7 minutes to go, first half.
horsepower GS. The next phenomenon from Lexus.
You know what you do to that certain smile? You don't want it to turn into the moment of doubt. You want it to turn into the right moment. It can with Cialis.
Cialis is the only erectile dysfunction tablet proven to not only work fast, but also work up to 36 hours. 36 hours to relax and not rush things. 36 hours to respond to that certain touch when the moment is right. Cialis is only for men healthy enough for sexual activity. Do not take Cialis if you take nitrates for chest pain or certain alpha blockers for prostate problems or high blood pressure, as this may cause an unsafe drop in blood pressure. Don't drink alcohol in excess with Cialis. Side effects may include headache, upset stomach, delayed backache, or muscle ache. Erections lasting longer than 4 hours, though rare, require immediate medical help. Discuss your health status with your doctor and ask if Cialis is right for you.
And be ready when that certain look tells you the moment is right.
36 hours Cialis. When the moment is right, will you be ready?
Just when I think I've seen everything.
Stick around. I'm full of surprises.
CSI Miami, Monday's most watched show. Will a race through the African bush spell disaster for the brothers? What's up, baby? Come on.
They flipped their team.
A new Amazing Race, CBS Tuesday.
Greg Clark and Seth in New York. We'll get you back to Syracuse in a moment. But first of all, the Kentucky Wildcats have found their legs. They're on a 15-5 run, now 15-7 as they lead Utah.
Well, Utah has had a tough time getting good shots. The defense of Kentucky on the perimeter and also inside on Andrew Bogut has really been tough. He's struggled to get good shots because Kentucky has a number of big guys, even though Hayes and Morris are in foul trouble. But Eileen and Lucas Orbitz are on the floor and doing a good job defensively.
Yeah, Clark, you called it earlier about Shagari Eileen. Here's a guy who's 7'3", real long. Obviously, he's not going to beat you with his scoring, but Andrew Bogut hasn't seen a lot of those type of guys, and Bogut so far is 2 for 11.
All right, guys, we'll keep updated on the game. Let's get you back to Syracuse, where Nova leads by 10. Vernon Bill.
Raymond Felton misses 2 free throws, 6:54 to go, and the score still 27-17. Marcus Austin has come on now. One of the seniors from Villanova, a seldom used postman.
Steps, yeah, you got to call that. And good, solid defense, Manuel.
Only the 3rd Villanova turnover of the first half.
Big things, they've tightened up defensively, Carolina. They get themselves worked back into the game, create a tough early shot, and get a run out. Good post up here. This is using a great out of a timeout, huh?
Yes.
I guess that's why he's won a few games, that man.
Roy Williams has won more games through the first 17 years of his career than any coach in college basketball history. And now he is up, and he is screaming at one of his players. I'm not sure which one.
Well, I think one was playing man-to-man. He wants this 1-3-1 zone. They are using the clock judiciously.
Boy.
Until they get an open look from 18.
Another 3 for Randy Foy. 15 points already in the game. McCants. There was Marcus Austin, and that forced the pass.
He went the wrong way with that. And Williams.
Coming up on Singular at the half, Greg Gumbel, Clark Kellogg, Seth Davis get you updated on all the latest tournament news. We'll have a live look at Utah, Kentucky, and a Singular Naismith update. That's all coming up on Singular at the half.
When you're an uptick team as they rotate players off the Carolina bench, it's very tough for you to stay in that defensive stance, and guys are taking long jump shots. You want to get it and go, but you've got to stay basic.
Randy Foy backs it out. Jason Frazier on the floor, guarded by David Noel. Here's Foy. Baseline, kick out. Ray. Mike Nardi with the jumper. And McCants on the springboard.
And right to the rim, Noel.
Pull up, Felton. Yes.
And that helped the jump shooter. Noel sprinting down the middle of the floor. And that's what they want. Bang, get it out. Hit somebody at the rim.
North Carolina in transition is a dangerous animal. Felton was 0 for 6 until he hit that one. And the margin of difference is 8. Will Sheridan, number 50.
There's not a lot of screens. It's all the breakdown, and here's the help. Unfortunately, the scrape, the foul by Noel. It's so important that your bigs run the floor because you know that Carolina's going to match him. And right at the rim is Noel. You've got to recognize help before you close out on the shooter. Just good, solid early offense by Carolina.
Randy Foy at the line. Fred Hill, the assistant coach, said he charted 6 games of North Carolina, 75 possessions in which the shot was taken in 10 seconds or less.
That's incredible, isn't it? A push, but it's really orchestrated beautifully. I mean, it's fun to watch when they're humming and on their game, but it all starts on the defensive principles. They feel they can take you out of anything you want. I think this is very hard for them. 3 guys on the perimeter trying to beat you one-on-one. Takes away a lot of the help principles because they can shoot on a kick.
Wildcats fade away off the rim. Sheridan grabs the rebound. He's got 5 rebounds now.
He has come along this year. He's been a solid contributor for this team. Little face-up 15-footer on occasion. Guards and obviously rebounds.
McCants, great job defensively on Ray. He'll take it. Still can't find his shot. He's camped 2, but he's missed.
Oh, we got an injury down here. Is that Noel?
It is Noel.
Yeah. Hopefully something inadvertent, which frequently does happen on rebounds.
David Noel, the injured player. Will Sheridan in the neighborhood.
As he backs down. Oh, just took a shot. Hopefully he'll be okay. Get the wind back in him. But boy, if you miss a jump shot against this team, they're going to push it down the other way. Mark Davis there alongside to assist. But you think of the great games you've covered when Dean Smith was down there, the job he's done, and of course Roy back at home, his children there in Charlotte.
Yep.
And everybody's happy in blue heaven right now because they'll be real happy if this continues towards the finals and the ultimate.
Dean Smith with 879 wins, and the last one came against Villanova in that playoff game here in Syracuse in 1991. Noel is up. He did not take a Chris Paul shot. No, just to Julius Hodge. That was an inadvertent.
You know, Dean only beat me once.
Did he really?
Yeah, we only played once. I might add.
So he would have retired with only 878 wins.
He's still mad at us because we didn't return the game, and that's that graphic alluding to the push and the quick shot within 10 seconds. He said we wouldn't return the game to Chapel Hill. I think he was afraid to go out with me after the game was the real problem.
McCants blocked. Scott has it.
Looking at the space and give the guy the opening and the opportunity. And Williams, sort of one of the unsung guys, I think, Jawad, on this team.
Roy Williams expressing some concern about Jawad Williams. He did not have a good ACC tournament, nor has he really played up to his form in the NCAAs. Bothered by a hip flexor and a little bit of a groin pull. Well, now Carolina's pulled within 8. Nardi. Tough shot.
That's going to get you in trouble.
Yes.
It should go to Carolina. Yeah, good call. You make those mistakes, you pay for them.
North Carolina down by 8. 3.5 to go.
When this room is booked, a Janus investment is working. The hotel's numbers were looking up, so Janus tracked room rates to track demand, confirmed reservations with travel agents, interviewed loyal guests, checked into different hotels every night to check out the competition. Projections were rooted in reality. Janus booked the stock, and no vacancy could mean sweet dreams for Janus investors. Carefully read and consider objectives, fees, charges, and risks before you invest. Call Janus for a prospectus with this information and more.
One car has factory-installed keyless remote start, and it's not a Honda Accord. Only one car has the first and largest 4-panel panoramic roof available, and it's not a Toyota Camry. And it's not a Nissan Altima 2.5 that has the most powerful engine. It's the first ever Pontiac G6. With action, anything is possible.
On April 1st, in a city ruled by corruption,
My employer will seize this neighborhood.
heroes will rise.
It's time to prove to your friends that you're worth a damn. We haven't even started yet.
Sin City, rated R. In theaters everywhere, April 1st.
Watch that. I got him, I see him. Give me the ball, Pops. Come get it. I think that's challenge. Are you serious? I won't even put my bag down. Oh, come on, man. Don't let that man shoot you. You got nothing. You don't got nothing.
Am I supposed to drive? Have a coat.
Your face up like Daddy hung on you. You know what that is? That's the rooftop, son. Legend.
Enjoy the countdown to the Final Four with CBS Sports and Coca-Cola.
Craig Gumbel in New York. We'll get you back after we update what's happening in Austin. Utah's Andrew Bogut keeping the Utes in close proximity. He has 8 points, 9 rebounds. The Utes on a 9-3 run. They trail Kentucky by 4. Let's go back to Syracuse.
Back in Syracuse, 32-24, Felton Williams. Marvin Williams, who has not been a factor in the first half, is joined by Jawad Williams. Sean May getting a rest right now. Marvin Williams into the lane, off the mark.
That's a nice pop by him, Verno.
That's for 3, and it won't go. And a Villanova rebound.
And that was that 2-3 zone. That wasn't the match. They're doing a lot of different looks, but I think you've got to keep them on edge if possible. There's a high-low going.
Sheridan gives it off to Allen Ray. Turnaround. Boy, that's a tough shot.
It sure is. That's their last couple of trips. Austin was underneath loading up for Villanova, too.
And McCants was right there. Here's Williams. His 3 not going to fall. Jawad Williams. Marvin Williams, yes, indeed.
That's why they love him at Chapel Hill. That big smile and that big game. Extraordinary performer.
Now Roy Williams up, urging his team on. They have clawed their way back within 5. They trail by 12 at 21-9.
Again, can you make them all game? And that's the tough part.
Lowry, he'll penetrate. He's not going to shoot that 3. But he can't penetrate because Raymond Felton was right there.
And you know, they've stepped up their excellent man-to-man defense right now. Felton's going to get him into a pushing situation. Lowry's got to be careful. They do a great job face guarding, don't they?
Oh, you bet. 10 on the shot clock. Mike Darty getting ready to come back in for Villanova. Boy, bumped.
Another tough shot. 3 in a row.
Rebound, Marvin Williams. Here comes Carolina. Felton, crossover, penetration, the dish, and offensive foul.
Left his feet. Did a great job, maybe a little too deep before the decision. And he is a terrific decision maker. Villanova has to do all these little things. Step up, and once you lean forward, it's going to go against you. Tough little, they got an open opportunity. Once he gets in the lane, he is just, he understands what kind of a pass to deliver. Seldom does he make that kind of mistake.
David Noel is back on the floor now, so the injury that he sustained, temporary. Marvin Williams will head to the bench. Sean May is still there. And Randy Foy walks it up. 27-32, 1:18 to go. Villanova has not gotten one from the field in the last 4.5 minutes. They still haven't.
They got a hold on the rebound. That one was going to the rim. Just not soft enough. Jay's game plan, though, has been solid, I think, and they just can't compete on the glass. I think mixing the defenses up has caused some problems. Do you think he's ever worked in the yard or gotten dirty? Just amazing.
You know, just a passing thought, Bill. He dresses a little better than you and me.
Oh, my goodness.
He looks a little better than you and me.
He does have a lot more going than we do. He and Hugo are very tight.
Oh, goodness. 32-27, 65 seconds to go.
Two young guys trying to get their teams to move on. A little hold here, small change. Felton doesn't believe it. Using those baseline rubs, Nardi able to run the baseline. That's one of those Roy doesn't like because it gives him a chance to get a couple, and this puts him in a, he'll get another opportunity to get the basketball as well.
Second personal foul, Mike Nardi at the free throw line. Over the course of the year, hasn't been there that often, only 31 of 39, but 80%.
Crazy thing about Carolina, when they lost to Santa Clara, I happened to be in Maui. They had the toughest practice I've ever seen without punishing drills.
And that was the loss was in their first game of the year.
On the way, Felton didn't play, as we know. Great win for Santa Clara in their program. But the practice got them to understand. They went back to basics. And I'm told Roy did it this week again. They won 14 games after that Santa Clara loss, so it was an effective tool.
29-4 is this North Carolina team. Top seed. They've not led in this ball game. They were tied at 5.
Tough match for Sheridan out that far. Nice.
Ah, beautiful pass.
How about the patience, Fern, huh? Under the rim. Noel with a great find.
Final 30 seconds first half. At one point, Villanova led 21-9. They'll play for the final shot.
And they go 1-3-1. They're liable to get a slot jumper that's a little bit above the elbow.
Jawad Williams in the middle. Here's Nardi. Allen Ray penetrates.
Tough shot again.
Yes, it was. Reverse won't fall.
Oh, that was big. Big rebound. Got to put it away.
Second-ranked team in the land trails by 4. That's the end of the first half. We'll send you to Great Gumbel in New York.
To protect you from taste loss, take the Taste Challenge. Question 1. What should a real light beer look like?
Like beer?
That's right. Miller Lite has a rich golden color. Question 2. What should a real light beer taste like?
Like beer.
Correct. Miller Lite has a satisfying great taste. And finally, how do you fight taste loss?
With antibiotics?
No. Drink a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. And get the facts at PreventTasteLoss.com.
Thanks.
Miller. Good call.
NCIS investigates a murder on spring break.
And the writing indicates classic stalker.
Sounds like our guy.
He's in the Danville Correctional Facility.
It can't ever be easy.
New NCIS Tuesday. CBS Thursday. A survivor first that's so incredible.
Oh my God!
So unbelievable, we never thought it would happen. Yeah. New Survivor, CBS Thursday.
A tradition unlike any other. The Masters on CBS.
The 265 horsepower Acura MDX with electronic four-wheel drive. Because you never know what nature might throw at you.
Old Spice.
2.6 all-wheel drive GS. The next phenomenon from Lexus. At your Chicago area Lexus dealer.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, raising the bar.
Welcome back to our studios here in New York, everyone, for Singular at the Half. Both of our games are at halftime. I'm Greg Gumbel, along with Clark Kellogg and Seth Davis. And let's talk about these games. First of all, in Syracuse, Villanova and North Carolina. I said it in an update earlier. Where would the Wildcats be without Randy Foye, particularly because they came out shorthanded today?
Well, they probably wouldn't be winning because he's got 17 points, and he really just came out aggressive, and that's what you have to do when you're a little bit shorthanded. Obviously, Villanova without Curtis Sumter, but plugged the roof in the Carrier Dome because it was raining threes on North Carolina. They did not get out and defend them, but Randy Foye 4 for 8 from behind the arc. The rest of the team 1 for 8, and I think that when he came back to earth a little bit, North Carolina was able to inch their way back into the game.
And earlier in the game, North Carolina's shooting was decidedly different.
It certainly was, and part of that was due to the Villanova defense. But I would make this point. Villanova 12 of 48 in the second half of their prior 2 tournament games, so keep an eye on that. But North Carolina, some forced shots under duress, though. Give Villanova credit for terrific defense. That's what they do. They get out and pressure. They challenge shots. North Carolina helped the cause by not moving the ball, not moving themselves, and as a result, not good shot quality. And when you don't have good shot quality, you don't have a good shooting percentage. But North Carolina, again, a nice little surge at the end of the half. Look for them to continue that surge in the second half.
Now, we know it's a long night, and the second half is still to be played. But should North Carolina lose, you realize that the last time that both Duke and North Carolina lost on the same day in the tournament, it was 1979. It's been a while. Also at halftime in Austin, Utah and Kentucky, the Wildcats with a 29-24 lead. Utah, what about Utah, Clark?
Well, Utah has struggled to get good shots. Andrew Bogut has been bothered by the size of the Kentucky front line, and then on the perimeter, good pressure by the Wildcats out there as well. But look at Bogut trying to get inside, but his persistence pays here. And as you said, Greg, it helps to be tall as well. But that's 4 misses, and finally, he's able to finish. Look at him run the floor. Nice job of not giving up on the layup attempt. And he sucks up every defensive board that's in his neighborhood. Here he is moving well without the ball and a nice finish. But Kentucky has made it tough for him. He's not shot a high percentage, but he's still impacting the game. And I would have to think Utah feels pretty good to be where they are with as poorly as he shot the ball.
How's Kentucky feeling?
Well, I think they're feeling better. Obviously, they're winning by 5 points, but it just feels like they're getting more easy baskets. And you have to love the leadership provided by Chuck Hayes. He's not going to make a lot of highlight reels, but he's so versatile. Watch him step out and hit the 18-footer at 6'6". And here's what he's done really well in the first half. This is just one of 3 steals. And again, Clark, this is an easy basket. Utah hasn't really had many easy baskets. Chuck Hayes can play outside. You can post him up inside. No, he's not Andrew Bogut, but he can give a smaller defender a tough time inside. And Mr. Hayes is Kentucky's best bet to win this thing.
These teams aren't exactly strangers in the tournament. This is the 6th time over the last 13 years they've met in the tournament. Kentucky is 5-0 against Utah. Timeout. We'll be back after this.
Timeout, 2 seconds left, and he's got to put it up.
More bars in more places. That's the goal of Singular's all-over network. With the largest digital voice and data coverage in America, thanks to Singular and AT&T Wireless joining forces. The new Singular, raising the bar.
Excuse me, you're still with your old brokerage firm?
I know, but I like being able to talk to somebody when I have a question.
Look, I don't want to be out there in cyberspace all by myself.
We moved our money to a TD Waterhouse online account. Their people really make us feel connected.
TD Waterhouse has investment consultants you can talk to when you have a question, so you're not out there all on your own. You can do this. Switch to TD Waterhouse, the alternative to higher-priced brokers like Merrill Lynch and Smith Barney.
Introducing Ortho Weed Be Gone Max. So revolutionary, it targets and kills the toughest weeds without harming your lawn. Weed Be Gone Max sprayed here. Ordinary weed killer here. Only Weed Be Gone Max has a foaming action and weed targeting formula for total root kill. So it killed the weeds, but not the grass. The ordinary weed killer didn't target anything. so it killed everything. New Ortho Weed Be Gone Max. Kills weeds, not lawns. Guaranteed.
The echo in the gym. The squeak of the shoes. The buzzer. The brick. The whistle. The crowd. Swish. I left the game, but it'll never leave me.
There are over 360,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of us are going pro in something other than sports.
Here's a look at one of the 4 finalists for this year's Naismith Trophy, presented by Singular Wireless. Sophomore point guard Chris Paul of Wake Forest, a first-team All-America, averaged just over 15 points and nearly 7 assists a game, leading the Demon Deacons to a 27-6 record. Remember, you can vote for the 2005 winner of the Naismith Trophy, presented by Singular. Text the word VOTE to 26222 on your wireless phone to get the official ballot. For the first time, the fans will join with the Naismith Board of Selectors and count for 25% of the vote. Welcome back, everyone. A good basketball coach hates a turnover. Can you imagine how Mike Krzyzewski felt tonight? His Duke Blue Devils turned it over 22 times and lost to the Michigan State Spartans 78-68.
And when you do it against an athletic team, this is what happens. Mo Ager for the one-hand slam, and yes, Mr. Reddick, congratulations, you made the poster. But Michigan State really working the ball well around on offense in the half court. Tim McGrath is going to make a nice bounce pass inside to Matt Tranter for the layup. Spartans led by 9 at that point. Daniel Ewing tried to keep Duke close, nailing the 3. That brought him to within 3. But a great game inside by Paul Davis, 20 points and 12 rebounds. And on this play, Sheldon Williams fouled out with 2:41 to play. Michigan State pops the jersey and pops their way into the Elite 8.
And Michigan State is now a hot team. They've won 11 of their last 13. First time that Mike Krzyzewski has ever lost to Michigan State. Meanwhile, in Syracuse, NC State against Wisconsin.
The Badgers trailed by 9 at halftime, but after this 3 by Sharif Chambliss, they were up 2 in the second half. Then Orlando Tucker, he was large in the second half. Here he gets the hoop and the foul. The Badgers' lead was 6. It's going to be a 10-point lead after Tucker uses that explosive quickness to get right to the rim. But then Julius Hodge trying to keep the Wolfpack in it. This layup would bring them to within 4 with plenty of time left. But then Chambliss finds Mike Wilkinson, who had a nice second half after 5 turnovers in the first, and they are awaiting the winner of the North Carolina-Villanova game.
And the Wisconsin and Michigan State victories today make it 3 Big Ten teams into the Elite 8. Here's our lineup for tomorrow. We'll tip it off at 1 Eastern time with Virginia Union and Bryant battling for the NCAA Men's Division II Championship. Then at 3 Eastern, Clark, Seth, and I will travel the road to the Final Four, taking you inside the brackets and setting the stage for the regional finals doubleheader. West Virginia and Louisville, followed by Arizona and Illinois. Now, in the opener, we'll get a chance to see Francisco Garcia, the Cardinals' leading scorer, who averaged just over 16 points a game this season. Not bad for someone who grew up playing baseball and speaking Spanish in the Dominican Republic, but as Clark reports, adjusting to a new country, a new language, and a new game now seem easy compared to coping with a devastating change in his life in late 2003.
On the night of December 8, 2003, Francisco Garcia's younger brother, 19-year-old Hector Lopez, was shot and killed on the street near their South Bronx home. It was a devastating loss that Francisco, his family, and his friends will never understand.
It's really hard, but we have to continue.
At least if I was there, I wanted to protect him or be there when something happened. He wasn't just my brother, he was only my best friend. We used to tell each other everything.
When kids are little, they ask you if you love them this much or that much. I can't even measure the love I have for my sons. There's no measure.
She was trying to be strong for me, I was trying to be strong for her, you know. But I know she was destroyed.
I think of positive things when I think about Hector. And one of those positive things is seeing Francisco doing so well.
Everything is everything that you're missing. I feel like I didn't have to play the game anymore. It wasn't a reason for me to keep playing basketball. But I talked to my mother, And, you know, and my mom told me that I gotta be strong because that's what my brother wanted me to do. And she told me he up there looking at me and he wanted me to do well. So I decided to play.
Garcia is a candidate for the John Wooden Award, honoring college basketball's Player of the Year. And in Louisville, his support has never been stronger.
I say he not only lost a brother, but he gained one. And what I meant by that is that I'm gonna be here for the rest of his life. I mean, through thick and thin. Siempre te mantendré en mi corazón, Héctor.
And Francisco Garcia will try to lead the Louisville Cardinals into the Final Four tomorrow afternoon. Thanks for joining us here on Singular at the Half. Second halves are about to begin in Syracuse and in Austin. We'll get you back to the start right after this.
CBS Sports presents Singular at the Half, sponsored by Singular, raising the bar.
Why do we work? Why do we get up every day and go to work? Because we make things, fix things, send our kids off to learn things. At the Principal Financial Group, we know you don't just work to retire, you work to live. That's why we give people the financial tools to help them keep more of the money they make and do more with the money they save. You work hard, we make work hard for you. The Principal Financial Group, we understand what you're working for.
Apparently, somebody was up late last night. Make that somebody's. And that's okay. Because if you work hard, you play hard. Just don't look in the mirror. Unless you're using Nivea for Men Revitalizing Lotion Q10. Q10 restores your skin, leaving it healthy and fit. Well, that takes care of your face, but don't forget about your eyes. Reduce puffiness and lose the dark circles with new Revitalizing Eye Cream Q10. Nivea for Men, more evolved skincare.
Let's join hands now, come along to a place we all belong.
People from all over America got on board with Allstate last year and saved an average of $338 a year on their car insurance. Are you in good hands?
Class of '94, here I come.
When you want to make a good impression, Enterprise Rent-A-Car will pick you up free and get you going in style.
Looking good, Moose.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Hoop fans, don't miss your chance to go to the 2006 NCAA Men's Final Four at the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, April 1st and 3rd. Log on to ncaasports.com to apply for your tickets online. That's ncaasports.com.
And don't forget the 2006 Women's Final Four, April 2nd and 4th at the Fleet Center in Boston. Log on to ncaasports.com to apply for your tickets online. That's ncaasports.com, the official website of the NCAA.
My sister, 10 years ago. She was found in the parking lot.
The autopsy shows an injury to the head.
Sunday, to solve this case.
Did you get rough with women?
Maybe we thought this girl was up for a walk on the wild side.
Means becoming the killer's next victim.
Thanks for coming so late.
A new cold case, CBS Sunday.
Villanova, led by Randy Foy, leads by 4. We invite you to return to Syracuse after this message and a word from your local station. You're watching CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship.
New from Dolco, it's the suck-up. He never sweats because he doesn't take risks at work.
Hey, suck up. The chairman's ticked off and I'm blaming you.
Good thinking, sir.
Now take me to lunch.
Right behind you, sir.
Not too close.
The suck-up comes with detachable puckered lips and realistic head nodding action. Also available, the Wuss and Mama's Boy.
Some men never take risks. For men who do take risks, there's New Degree for Men. With twice the protection you need, it won't let you down.
Dave's got Vin Diesel, plus a visit to the Late Show convention tonight.
The American Revolution drives into March, and we're bringing our A game with the Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Now leave your checkbook at home and take advantage of zero do-it signing, zero down payment, and zero security deposit on this great offer. Lease an 05 Chevy Equinox LS front-wheel drive for around $276 a month. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. Big deals for the big dance. Hurry ends March 31st. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
You broke it off. Ooh, Dad!
My
5:30, 6:30, whatever you say. Right on the money. That would be excellent. Absolutely.
Okay, I think your turn is up.
But this is the only place I can get a good signal on my cell phone.
Mister,
Jerry.
don't make me come up there.
Jerry, I think I'm going to lose you.
Need a better network? Switch to US Cellular and take our Best Network Challenge for 30 days. Then you'll be sure it's the best network for you. It's one more way we connect with you. US Cellular.
Designed to captivate. Designed to illuminate. The luxury sedan designed to outperform. Introducing the all-new M from Infiniti.
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Sprint, the Principal Financial Group, Chevy, and by Miller.
Villanova by 4. They once led by as many as 12. We get set for the start of the second half. A 21-9 lead at one point for the Wildcats. But North Carolina really climbed back into this thing comfortably.
You're in isolation quite a bit. I just thought they stepped up their man-to-man coverage, stayed at home, forced some very tough shots. Now Villanova has to come out like they started the game, on fire, shooting confidently.
Let's take a look at the Powerade first half stats. See what catches your eye here, Bill.
Field goal percentage, obviously. And you've been stuck a fair for Lundquist. The turnover early, Carolina made some mistakes, uncharacteristic. They had some open looks and only 3 threes. So that's been something that's assisted the Wildcats from Villanova.
Villanova Wildcats trying to pull the upset. They come in as a 5th seed here. They won their only national championship 20 years ago this month, and they defeated Georgetown in the final game in 1985. They were the 8th seed in the Southeast region, defeated top-seeded Michigan, 2nd-seeded North Carolina en route to the title. Ed Pinckney had 16 points and 6 rebounds in that win. And here is Eddie Pinckney, who is now an assistant coach at Villanova. Gained just a couple of pounds since then, to which none of us can relate at all.
Nobody goes unscathed with you. Easy, Ed. A great influence on these young people, though.
They had an 8-hour bus ride up here from Philadelphia. It was scheduled to be 3.5 to 4. Had some snow in the area. And en route, they watched a video that's going to be presented on Monday night called A Perfect Upset. And that, where were you that night? Do you remember?
I was in the stands. I sat with Mike Tranghese, who was then the assistant commissioner. And, of course, you know, both teams in the league. He couldn't root for anybody, and of course we never show our true colors. This program, of course, over the years, Al Severance, Jack Kraft, and Rolly Kamin, Steve Lapis, and now handing it over to Jay Wright. And they've got to feel awfully good about the job he's done with these young people. That great recruiting class that you alluded to, now juniors, one more year with that group. They should be something to behold.
And Roy Williams, largest halftime deficit overcome. 3 points 3 times. They are 29-4 for the season. Bill mentioned that opening season loss to Santa Clara.
And right now it's the first time they've done the little wrinkle that caused the turnover. Weren't ready. Even the good ones get a little flustered when you throw a change into the look.
Raymond Felton's 3rd turnover of the ball game.
Well, Carolina's got to get the engine going, rev it up. Indianapolis 500, get the motor humming. And the Cats have to pick and choose.
Randy Foy. Sheridan, Nardi in the corner. Allen Ray, 2 for 10 in the first half to continue his shooting slump. There's the crossover. Kick out to Nardi. Jack Emanuel in good defensive position there. How about the rebound from Kyle Lowry?
Now the power forward for the Wildcats. Well, you do it with your heart. You got a ticker, you compete, and they have performed admirably.
Lowry, number 13, started this game, his 3rd start of the year. Off the bench in the win over Florida. He was really significant, 15 points. Look at him get on the elevator for this one.
A trampoline act here. Soaring. His timing extraordinary. While everybody stood still. Who's up there by the 10? The little guy.
McCants picks up his second foul. Here's Ray. Jumper.
Wow. That's tough to catch it like that. Look at this. And they get the timeout. They give them the timeout.
Yes, indeed.
The heads-up play. Tough to shoot it after that catch.
Kyle Lowry. The lead is still 4.
Get on the ball. Get on the ball. March the beat now. Get on the ball. March the beat now. Get on the ball.
It's that time of year again.
Big deals for the big dance. Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Score big on specially marked deals. The price you see is the price you pay. Hurry, ends March 31st. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Get on the ball.
We switched to fair and flexible at Sprint because our old wireless company charged these huge fees for going over our minutes on our family plan. So we had a family meeting, took a vote, and decided it was all Wendy's fault. Yeah, but she suggested Sprint, so it all worked out.
Good call, Wendy.
Thank you.
No more huge overages. Sprint automatically adds anytime minutes as you need them. Every 100 minutes costs just $5. Others charge $35 or more. Sprint PCS. Now that's better.
I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, man. Across the deserts bare, man. I breathe the mountain air, man. Of travel I've had my share, man. I've been everywhere.
Visit ChoiceHotels.com this spring and book a stay at any of these hotels. You'll earn triple Choice Privileges points or triple airline miles. Triple your rewards only at ChoiceHotels.com. Choice Hotels. We'll see you there.
We have questions about taste loss, but we're afraid to ask.
Don't be afraid. There are no stupid questions when it comes to taste loss.
Can you get taste loss from a foosball table?
I stand corrected. That is a stupid question. Get the facts at PreventTasteLoss.com. Protect yourself from taste loss with a great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller. Good call.
At Geico.com, you can get free rate quotes and handle all your car insurance needs online. But we like to make it interesting. Here's an idea we received via email. Yo, I think your website would be the bomb if you had the gecko do the robot.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Let's take a look as State Farm covers the court with their tournament summary and what many assumed was a down year for the Big Ten. Take a look at that, Bill.
How about that? Is that impressive?
All three teams in the Elite Eight, Michigan State, Wisconsin, and Illinois.
You never know, huh? Anybody knocks leagues during the course of the year. Nice catch here again.
They are taking some awfully quick, ill-advised shots.
I would say that's the 6th one since before the half and into this half. Look at this is what they got to do. Use their power. Just off. That's a great play, though. You got to hang in there. Roy, he's applauding on the sideline. I don't blame him. That was a wonderful sequence. You just don't close the deal.
Congratulations to Bruce Weber in Illinois and Tom Izzo in Michigan State. They are in along with Bo Ryan's Wisconsin team. Wisconsin will meet the winner of this one. West Virginia is playing Louisville. That's for 2. And the lead is back to 6.
Look at the post up inside with Williams. Looks like he has his son in front of him on the other side.
Felton. Big basket.
It's amazing that they can't get the ball inside, but that does help. Should loosen it up for the big guys.
35-32. Villanova with a 12-point lead at one point. They jumped out 5-0. North Carolina has not led in this ballgame. Randy Foy, 19 points.
Tough shot. Manuel, great defense, and now the run out. Nice look.
Manuel, Lowry rejected by Will Sheridan. No, it was Allen Ray.
And then You can't. Finally lights it up. He's been struggling. Not making shots. 1 for 6. That's his second field goal.
It was tied at 5. It's now tied at 35.
A little side pick and pop for Foy. That's a Sumter play, but they don't have Sumter. And right now,
but they got something.
Oh, they sure have it. They got it perking.
Randy Foy, 22 points, 5 of 10 from long range. Oh, my goodness. Clean block supplied by Jawad Williams on Kyle Lowry.
Trying to free McCants up.
There's Nardi with a slap. And a hell ball, possession arrow, Villanova.
Well, we mentioned they do a lot of ISO, but once in a while you'll get that side pick and roll. And who is it? The little guy, the power forward, gets 5 rebounds a game. Oh, nylon from deep. Lowry drags, delivers, and then the punch.
Jason Frazier back on now for Villanova. 21 and 15 in the win last week, replacing Curtis Sumter. Frazier, the oft-injured, very talented young man.
And for just a quick thought, Billy Cunningham, Rolly Massimino, 2 friends. We spoke to both of them last night.
Right.
Billy announced to all the Villanova guys, Matty Moorhan, and of course, Rolly, I'm not speaking to you till Saturday. Meaning he wants to see the outcome of this game. And right now, they're in a state of flux down there. These two teams and their kids are playing great.
Here's Lowry, too strong. Billy not only said he wasn't speaking to him, he also, I guess, here's the McCants fake. Felton into the corner.
Nice.
Noel strong. May.
Look at this kid go after it, though. Wow. I mean, it is a tough area of the floor. You talk about tough neighborhoods. No police out there. You just got to compete, stick your nose in there, and power to the 10.
Billy Cunningham in 64, 65, one of the great players in North Carolina history, lives in Philadelphia. So he and Rolly have a friendship that goes back years and years.
Lukewarm sometimes.
I know. When I said that, I thought I don't want to misinterpret.
How about right now, they're doing a great job, the Tar Heels. Billy Cunningham's Tar Heels getting it inside.
Sean May with 30 career double-doubles. Billy Cunningham had 40 in a row.
Well, they've had some great players in both these institutions.
Here's Jason Frazier, the double, and the steal from David Noel.
Oh, what a play here.
Lowry again. He is some spitfire.
He was hiding behind the eye. He was so tiny they couldn't see him.
Kyle Lowry off the dribble. The dish. Hello. Wow.
Drawing the attention with the bounce. Jay Wright has his guys playing great basketball. Being in the right position, coming up with a steal, and why not get into the lane? The little guy that could. Send it in, big fella.
Catherine, wait.
Leave me alone. I'm not worthy of you.
It is I that am not worthy of you.
How can you say that? Edward, you have been nothing but honorable.
I've been a fool my whole life. Catherine, I love you. I've always loved you.
Oh, Reggie.
Yeah, I'll call you from the car.
With available OnStar personal calling,
Dial Laura.
satellite navigation, and rear DVD, the Chevy Trailblazer is technology to go. Chevy, an American revolution.
Now get 0% APR financing for 60 months for qualified buyers on an 05 Chevy Trailblazer. See your local Chevy dealer today.
I know you do more brakes and mufflers than anyone, but do you really do shocks and struts too?
Yes.
Factory scheduled maintenance?
Yes.
Oil changes?
Yes.
Tire rotation?
Yes.
Belts and hoses?
Yes.
Headlights?
Yes.
Batteries?
Yes.
Back rubs?
Yes. I mean...
The Midas Touch Maintenance Package for just $29.95. We'll change your oil, rotate your tires, and do a courtesy check, including brakes, battery, filters, and more. For mechanics known for their work and their word.
Trust the Midas Touch.
Hey, Angie, you going to the post office?
Hey, Ted, you going to the post office?
Do I know you?
Anyone go to the post office? Jeff. Ronnie. Connie. Isn't anyone going to the post office?
Hey, Chuck. Can't go to the post office? Go to USPS.com.
From buying stamps to shipping packages, almost anything you do at the post office, you can do at USPS.com. It's how the U.S. Postal Service is working for you.
Hey, Steve. Lunch?
Mommy, why is everybody screaming?
Some mysteries are difficult to grasp. Others hit you like a ball of fire.
Get the paramedics!
I just assumed she was dead.
I don't think she was caught in the fire. I think she started it.
CBS Sports' exclusive coverage of the Men's Basketball Championship is sponsored by Coca-Cola and by the U.S. Postal Service.
Greg Gumbel, New York. Back to Syracuse in a moment. In Austin, Kentucky, trying to keep Utah at arm's length. Rajon Rondo on the drive. 2 of his 7 points. The Wildcats with a 38-33 lead on Utah. Back to Syracuse. Vern Lundquist and Bill Raftery.
Villanova leads by 3, Bill.
Sometimes it pays to be smaller than the rest. You can hide behind and get lost. Just a terrific effort by Lowry here, and was down, so it wasn't a catch and go down. And an opportunity basket by him being in the right spot. Great anticipation.
Look at the points off turnover, 18-2.
And just when North Carolina, it looks like they're getting the ball inside, doing good things, Villanova counters. Nice kick out.
There's Belton.
Oh, they got to push.
Foul is on Sean May. Now Roy Williams has shed the jacket.
It's getting serious right now. You know that. Less than 15. Can't pull away. Not a consistent trip.
North Carolina lost that season opener en route to Maui that Bill referred to Santa Clara. Then their losses have come in the ACC. At Wake Forest, at Duke. And there's another one. They lost to Georgia Tech in the ACC, and Roy Williams said they really appeared disinterested. They got the fire back in the NCAA with easy wins, average of 27.5 in their 2 wins over Oakland. But boy, they have their hands full tonight.
And May was the guy that said they were, oh, what a tough. Ouch. He got faked. Oh, let's hope he's okay. Felton over there. Nardi just faked and responded. Ooh. Nice little kick out here, gives the open look, but look at that pump fake, what it can do, and that's just a tough play as the crowd reacts as well. Unfortunately, nobody hurt on this one. But I think it was Sean May that said we were jolly-lagging.
Lollygagging.
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 And Roy said he never knew that word till I got the job. That's one of his words.
Here's May.
Look at this.
Bump and no call, and he missed it from point-blank range.
That's unbelievable, isn't it?
That might be an omen. Wow.
And Villanova has a past history, as you alluded to earlier.
Here's Nardi. Crowd was ready to erupt on that one. But the offensive board, Randy Foy, and I just looked over at Raymond McCants, and his body language, Bill, which is always, it seems to me, an indicator of where his mind is.
Right, he has really been a little disgusted at some of the plays, but also Villanova with the long rebound. The advantage for the long rebound is to the shooting team, but you get opportunities like this. Is it fatigue? It might be, because they're banging heads. It's just too easy, Vern. That is unbelievable, and that's the way it goes. So you got to fight through it. I think that's why Roy is rotating bodies now.
May sits, so also does Raymond McCants. His shoulders just absolutely slumped. Rashad McCants, beg your pardon. 42-37. And the inbound play, Allen Ray. Into Lowry. Ray jumper.
Tough. And that's Manuel right there. That's one you got to pass on. One of the great defenders.
Will Sheridan fell down.
Pretty look. Go strong.
Marvin Williams. Clean block. Kyle Lowry.
How about the stick-to-itiveness of this club. They're not going to concede anything, whether it's size or not. This is one of those weekend games where you don't want to go off the court. You're going to play with all your heart. Terrific anticipation in the quick hands.
Villanova still up by 5. This is the 20th time in NCAA tournament play. There's the up and under, and a rejection by Fraser. Off the glass and good.
A little kiss by one of the Williams. How about the reaction by Fraser? He was faked and still stayed tall to get a piece.
As I mentioned, the 20th time that Villanova, since seeding began in '79, that they have faced a higher-seeded team. They've won 12 and lost only 8. 2 of those wins over number 1s in 1985, the run to the championship. But here's Felton. We're tied again, tied at 42.
Well, Sheridan got the open look. He made one earlier. They got the run out on it, and a good opportunity. Roy really down, getting after his guys to reach back. Big trip.
Roy Williams in a crouch and urging his team on with clenched fists.
He's asking for the hook at the other end. He's got his arm wrapped around.
Foul on Felton.
One of the great competitors.
Number 3 on Felton. Nardi will rest for Villanova. Randy Foy back on the floor.
You know, when you're as good as Carolina has been for quite a number of years, everybody's looking for you. They're going to come prepared. And your guys may not meet that emotional level each evening. It takes a while. You've got to be resourceful. I think the substituting has helped them.
Reach-in foul, Villanova.
And Jay working on the other sideline.
Randy Foy. Time call. Tied at 42.
I can't believe Carrie dumped me last night.
Really? You know, a good woman is like a McGriddles.
Okay.
She's sweet on the outside, and then once you get to know her, you find she's got everything you want. But just like that, she's gone. So what's your next move?
I go get myself another McGriddles?
Let's try this again. Women are like coffee.
Get a little out of line. The best thing about being a woman is the prerogative to have a little fun.
With its Vortec engine and seating for up to 6, the Colorado Crew Cab has power and room to spare.
Man, I feel like a woman.
An American Revolution.
See your local Chevy dealer today.
Successful investing. At T. Rowe Price, it's about more than just hitting home runs. It's about a consistent, steady approach, year after year. Over 70% of our funds beat their 1, 5, and 10-year Lipper averages. Low-cost mutual funds from T. Rowe Price. Invest with confidence. Request a complete prospectus or profile with investment objectives, risks, fees, expenses, and other information to read and consider carefully before investing.
Broadband, you're ready to go. Visit Vonage.com or call 1-800-959-4VON. Now available at Best Buy, CompUSA, and Radio Shack.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Let's update you on what's happening in Austin, where the Kentucky Wildcats continue to hold off Utah. Joe Crawford from 3, all by himself. And the Wildcats have a 43-37 lead, under 10 minutes to play in the second half. Back to Syracuse.
We welcome you back to Syracuse. Invite you to go to the fourth line. Points off turnovers, 18-2. Villanova, good job of protecting the ball. 5 turnovers in this one. North Carolina has turned it over 12 times. North Carolina has never led in the game. They've got a chance here.
And Frazier feels he got all ball. He's applauded. That's good composure. A nice little turn. Something turns the corner. A little post feed here. And Frazier maintains his balance beautifully. Saying he got him with a little bit of a body bump. But it's such presence in that low post defensively.
Marvin Williams goes to the line where he is an 84% free throw shooter for the year. 2 of 2 tonight. That is the first North Carolina lead this evening. CBS Sports Line puts you on the court for this year's men's NCAA tournament. Get up-to-the-minute scoring and streaming video highlights for each regional semifinal game at cbssportsline.com. North Carolina by 2.
Well, now you've got to get good shots and use some clock as well, I think. Some inside out. They go with that 1-3-1 zone now. Juan Williams has to run the baseline.
Randy Foye has got 22 points. Offensive foul.
And out on the top of the key was Lowry begging for the ball. All he had to do was pop it out. And Jay becoming more animated, a little slippage on some shot selection. And right now, stepping up the pressure, getting the ball closer to the 10 on each trip. Carolina.
11:22 to go. North Carolina going after its 30th win of the season and a return to the Elite Eight. Melvin Scott on the floor, one of the seniors. So is Jawad Williams, who has the ball here.
There's their man-to-man, a lot of motion. And a right out by Sheridan.
That's 4 on Frazier. Oh, I beg your pardon, it's Sheridan. And Sheridan is second.
It's tough for big guys to do that. And they ride a dribbler. You really have to have quick feet. The best I can remember doing it was Patrick Ewing. Could really blitz a pick and roll.
Speaking of Villanova, Georgetown.
Ooh, I didn't mean to bring it up, Rolly. There's that slice cut, Williams.
Felton, nice entry pass. Wow. There's the rejection from Frazier.
Well, he changes everything. If he doesn't get it, you don't shoot as well.
Jay Wright telling us that when he can practice, that's where he does practice. Oh, and there's Lowry.
Tough, feisty kid. Getting back to Foy's penetration, they give me would have gotten a good look the last trip.
Felton splits 2. Oh, what a nice touch.
Oh, how about that? The teardrop.
North Carolina back on top by 2.
Got to keep that kid out of the lane. And he just breaks you down.
Randy Foye, Lowry, Frazier, Sheridan, Allen Ray on the floor for the Wildcats. Ray, Lowry. No call.
Must be Williams on the top side that got him. You're that size, you really got to have an opening and an option if you're Lowry. You get in a little bit too close, and look at all the bigs come over. Great reaction defensively, and then on the top side, the giveaway.
That's going to put Jason Frazier at the line. Bill mentioned earlier just an overwhelming litany of injuries. He's had 3 knee surgeries, 2 stress fractures. And on January the 11th, the night they won an overtime game against Providence, Jason Frazier said his hand hurt as they were on the plane. It turned out to be a broken bone in his hand, a screw inserted in his thumb. That was the same night of the plane ride that was 12 minutes of terror for this Villanova team. Had an emergency landing, 36 people on board, and a memory for each of those 36 that will last a lifetime.
All the kids we have spoken to in the last couple of weeks saying what an impact it's had and how they're relishing their youth. And right now, the advantage going inside with May. He's able to finish.
3-point North Carolina lead, 9:35 to go.
And for just to finish on Frazier, Jay said the poise of this gentleman, he never complained about any of the injuries, always a happy face. Nice glow about him.
Randy Foy, Kyle Lowry. Nardi's back on the floor. Gets it back outside. 5 on the shot clock. Randy Foy launches one.
He thought that was good. Good
Yes,
hustle.
he did. In the corner, May tracks it down. North Carolina, no numbers. Good job of getting back by Villanova.
Now, they have done that all evening long.
That's the key, right?
Absolutely. You got to minimize their quickness, the way they push the ball.
McCants. Nardi with a foul.
Tough shot.
Third foul on Nardi.
What they're doing is using the dribble like Villanova's been doing, and then the McCants can complement Felton. Those two then can break him down. It moves the big people. They got to step up. It opens, it cleans the backboard. It's an opportunity for a tip.
That will put Rashad McCants at the line. 72% free throw shooter. One more. Alan Ray back on for Villanova. And Jason Frazier will get a rest.
You mentioned McCants earlier. I think he's really grown up. Right. I think Roy and he have really arrived at a point in his life where he understands what it takes to be part of a well-oiled team. Temperament's been good. And right now they're back in the 1-3-1.
Largest lead of the ball game.
This is one where I think Villanova can get a clean look if they're patient. Because you got to run baseline up if you're the wing guy.
There's McCants. Jump stop.
And they got the pull. They give it to Felton. On the reach in. The rake.
Rashad McCants is trying to raise his arm, saying, give it to me.
Well, he knows how important Felton is.
It's on Felton, and that's number 4.
And that's why McCants had the hand up. And right away, now they go to Thomas. Youngster that got that start out in Santa Clara.
Quentin Thomas, the freshman out of Oakland. That would be Quentin Isaiah Thomas.
And I wonder why. Every guard. Let's see, they got...
And Raymond Felton on the North Carolina bench, having picked up his 4th foul. Felton with 4. Williams and May 3 apiece.
That's a perfect trap. And they get the jump ball. Wow, is May active? That's the juice in this team, I think. This guy getting his body in shape last summer, coming back, his impact, his running ability, his aggressive play, his demeanor, doing everything he can to help his team win.
Possession arrow for North Carolina. Quentin Thomas inbounds. Nardi harassing him in the backcourt. Now here's Thomas.
Oh, no, don't go that far.
No.
Yes. Yeah, it was. You can't. You go in the game, you got to have balance. You got to be ready to jump stop. And Roy lamenting that particular trip.
And that's going to be a quick time on the floor for Quentin Thomas. Melvin Scott, the senior, replaces him.
Well, this is one of those times you got to learn, but not at the expense of potentially winning. So a tough situation. And normally Roy would let him play through that, but they got to get control of this game.
Now let's check the 5 on the floor with 8:11 to go. Randy Foy, Kyle Lowry, Mike Nardi, Alan Ray, and Jason Frazier for Villanova.
This may not be a bad time to get Frazier involved on the offensive end. Vern, give you some touches. See if May will let him go with the 3 fouls.
North Carolina bench has outscored Villanova 14-3. And there's the presence of Sean May. Randy Foy gets it outside to Nardi. Quick hands of Jackie Manuel. Nardi gets it back. The dish. Foy. Oh, what a beautiful shot.
A baby hook. The only thing a guard possesses that can diffuse the big guy. Terrific release. A little smooch.
There's the dish to May at the other end.
Look at May get a hand on it.
Lowry fights for it and gets there. 7:28 to go.
Don't be in a hurry. And he gets the hit. How about this guy? Do it all. Let him get into the band. Play his own music. How do you stop a kid that wants to be aggressive, Vern? Put it on the deck. We've seen him cross it over. Take on all comers. I'm only a rookie.
Get on the ball. Get on the ball. Watch the rebound. Get on the ball. Watch the rebound. Get on the ball.
It's that time of year again.
Big deals for the big dance. Chevy NCAA March Madness event. Score big on specially marked deals. The price you see is the price you pay. Hurry ends March 31st. See your local Chevy dealer today.
Get on the ball.
When you post your resume on Monster, your career is going places. If you post it before April 15th, you could be too. Just tell Monster why you deserve the trip of a lifetime.
I'm as close to a perfectionist as I can get.
I'm not a stranger to hard work.
I'm the guy that is going to pay most attention to the details.
Never ever called in sick. I really love programming.
I look forward to going to work every day.
Post or update your resume on Monster.com by April 15th, and you could win the trip of a lifetime. We believe you've earned it.
And you can find me on Monster.
Monster. Today's the day.
Trust. It's everything. And nobody hands out trust. I don't have to tell you, trust is earned. Talent is one thing. Combine that talent with people you trust, and you will walk out on that court with a level of respect no one can match.
The Hartford, a company built on 194 years of trust. Ask your advisor what The Hartford can do for you.
Introducing a new kind of beer. Budweiser Select. Brewed for a crisp taste that finishes clean. A beer this good was a long time coming. Step up to new Budweiser Select. Crisp taste that finishes clean. Be selective.
Monday, this is it. The episode you voted for as your all-time favorite.
Did you ever think of hugging me, you jerk?
It's pretty hard to hug someone who's trying to kill you.
Everybody Loves Raymond. Then it's a 2.5 Men So Sexy.
Sippy's getting his freak on.
It's so outrageous, there's only one way to describe it.
Hootenanny yum yum.
2.5 Men after Everybody Loves Raymond, CBS Monday.
Greg Gumbel in New York, back to Syracuse in just a moment. Meanwhile, Utah having trouble getting anything consistent on offense. Randolph Morris, a baseline turnaround for Kentucky there. The Wildcats with an 8-point lead, 50-42, under 6 minutes to play. Back to Vern and Bill Rafter.
Back in Syracuse, a crowd announced at 30,916. That's an on-campus record for an NCAA regional in Syracuse. And here is the freshman's 19th birthday today. Kyle Lowry, first free throw of the evening and a chance to notch this one at 50.
And what a way to celebrate it, huh? He's just been outstanding. And they extend the floor, a different look after each timeout.
Melvin Scott, McCants, perfect.
Is that big? That's a little early dagger and maybe a wake-up call for him. Even though he made the one earlier in the half, nice open look, stepped into the jumper. Look at this guy just going to, they get the bump.
Oh, they called the foul.
The players thought they got away with it. It was a little bit late. There was a bump, though, Vern. Here's just good handling of the 2-2-1. They posted the middle, kick to the wing, and a little nylon by a guy who can play in or out.
That is the 8th team foul, 2 away from the double bonus, and Lowry goes back to the line. 1-1. Villanova still has turned it over only 7 times. Whoops. North Carolina by 3. Melvin Scott, number 1. Lowry goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Penetration, nice. Right, set up. Gerard Williams, there's Lowry again.
Boy, is he quick to the ball.
6 rebounds for Kyle Lowry.
Emmanuel's done a much better job on 4, not losing him. And that's one of the few times Frazier's got, and he's ambling up the floor, Vern. He hurt himself on that shot. The knee, the tendonitis, very tough on him.
Jason Frazier, gimpy as he comes back after that miss. There's McCants.
And Nardi, I think, with the reach, if they don't give it to Foy on that help. Yeah, it was Nardi.
And that's his 4th. take another look at Jason Frazier's last jump shot.
You think he may have come down awkwardly here as he landed on that right leg and then ambling as he ends up. Giving him some more touches isn't a bad idea, though, forcing people to guard him, particularly Sean May.
Nardi stays on the floor with his fourth. Frazier also stays out there despite that little limp, that little hop when he came across midcourt. McCants shoots another.
A lot of woofing going on. Each referee's got a set of guys explaining, don't leave early, don't bang him.
Last time these two played in the NCAAs here in Syracuse 14 years ago.
You can see May's strength there as he tries to shove Frazier under the rim in case it's a miss.
Back to a 5-point edge for the Tar Heels of North Carolina as we near the 6-minute mark. Randy Foy, big night. Defensive presence there. Frazier puts it up. Rebound. Sean May.
Oh, he almost turns it over here.
Melvin Scott. Raymond Felton on the bench with 4 fouls.
And they go to May right away. Look at this move. Nice pass.
But there was Allen Ray who got a hand in there.
They don't stop hustling, Vern. Extraordinary rotation to help out. And you know you're playing hard when you run out of the footwear. Maybe that's why he was ambling Frazier. That's his shoe.
How about the quick work on the bench? They just heaved it. And a perfect football pass in a basketball game.
That must have just come off. It wasn't off after he came down on his knee.
No. So it just did, and it was conveniently located very close to the Villanova bench.
Well, that's one thing I never did was jump out of my shoes. I never got up that high.
Villanova, 33% from the field in this half, and look how North Carolina has taken it up a notch. Manuel to inbound. Finds Melvin Scott, the senior guard, number 1.
So that was great passing by May, and their interior work is fantastic.
Jumper from 15 feet. McCants offensive board. And a fresh 35.
Good things happen when Sean May touches it.
McCants.
You know, May just took that shot after the whistle, right? And he knew the ref would want the ball. He ran after it. I mean, that's really a nice side of a player.
Foul is called on Randy Foy. That's his 4th.
He knew that could become a dilemma. The fatigue, the isolation and tough shots, and the fouls.
McCants with another. Largest lead of the night now. McCants perfect at the line. He goes after his 6th.
Saw him loosening up yesterday. He starts about 10 feet behind the three-point line. His ability, the fluidity is incredible on his long jumper, McCants. Great stroke.
Allen Ray, Villanova.
Short on all of them, isn't he? He's under duress. It's tough to get that long jumper off. And he's fighting himself in the backcourt, too.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, he's just frustrated.
2 of 13 in this game for the leading scorer for the Wildcats, averaging 16.5 points, and he has been in a horrible shooting slump in the 2 games previously played. He was 1 of 18. He's 2 of 13 in this one.
And Randy Foy just gave him a little slap on the back to hang in there.
Marvin Williams, Bremerton, Washington.
You take the ferry across.
Yes, you do.
And I know you.
I used to live
that area.
A 1-hour ferry ride. His high school team, Roy Williams, when he was at Kansas, first saw Marvin Williams play as a sophomore. And then, of course, when Roy Williams came to North Carolina, all of a sudden, the Tar Heels got into the picture. And a 9-point North Carolina lead, 9 unanswered. Kyle Lowry protecting it. Randy Foy.
Good kick.
Allen Ray still won't fall.
Well, he got it over the rim, which is he hadn't been able to do that. This should go inside and then make some decisions.
And a foul of frustration.
And Jay not happy either. He's calling timeout. Gather the troops. Foul problems is a dilemma. Inefficient offensively. Good timeout.
9-point North Carolina lead.
The passage is intense. But if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
North Carolina leads the top seed in the Syracuse region. Roy Williams in his second season as the head coach. 15 years at Kansas. And still looking for that elusive first NCAA championship. Eddie Sutton, last night his team knocked out. He's played 39 games without a title. Roy Williams second on the list, and Guy Lewis of Houston 26. And heavily favored to win in 83 rather.
Well, if any of them win it or won it in Guy Lewis's case, does that make him a better coach? You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like everybody overlooks the work, the effort. And, you know, he's a guy that's going to be knocking on the door, you know, maybe not each and every year, but they will be there for quite a while. The recruiting, the lineage continues.
Assistant for Dean Smith for 10 years.
Bill Guthridge was alongside of him and then took over.
And he turned down an opportunity to come back to his alma mater and then accepted it when Matt Doherty was let go 2 years ago. Here's a basket by Villanova. That ends an 11-0 run. And Foy has 26 points in this one.
And May was unable to really go after him for fear of another foul. Nice cross. And great.
There was Lowry with another steal. That's his third steal of the ball game. Foy, Lowry rebound. Taken down really hard.
Vern, you won't believe what he did. He went after the big guys before he shot the ball. That rebound, hopefully that's just like a bang on the floor. But what an aggressive guy on the basketball floor. This can't be. They've had so many difficulties with injuries. Okay, it's a great sign. Get your breath and get organized. The toughness of this guy is incredible.
Yeah, he really is tenacious. High school coach was Mark Heimerdinger. Jay Wright was telling us yesterday that when he was a high schooler, he played in an all-star game for the same coach.
Because he later had Katina Mobley, or earlier, I should say, so a pretty good Archbishop Doherty.
Sean May picked up his fourth. Raymond Felton back on with 4 fouls, and May stays there with 4:14 to go in the ball game. 2 for Kyle Lowry after the hard foul. And here is Marvin Williams.
How about that poise, huh? A lot of young guys who have taken it right to the rim. They really jammed up over there, Vern.
Lowry. Now they get it back to Felton's hands. Under 4 to go. 61-54. Villanova jumped out to a 21-9 lead. They were up by 4 at the half. I think depth has worn them down.
Oh, wow.
And shooting like that.
And look at that smile, too, Vern. You gotta love it. Oh, he is some load. And as we noted earlier, the campus has really taken him to their bosom.
Under 3.5. Top-seeded North Carolina. 5th-seeded Villanova. Winner gets Wisconsin on Sunday afternoon.
Nice hands. Nice help down there, Manuel, along with May.
3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Villanova, North Carolina.
No matter what the sport, anytime athletes sweat, they lose more than just water. Gatorade puts back the sodium, potassium, and carbs all athletes need to perform at their best. Water does not.
How long have you two been together?
Teresa counts from the first day that we met, and I count from the first...
Ashton Kutcher.
He's about ready to pop a blood vessel in his head.
Bernie Mac.
You want to force me to use the muscle?
This spring,
I'm not gonna back down.
let the battle begin. Guess who?
These eyes, they see everything.
Take it off.
You take it off.
Rated PG-13. Now playing.
I'd like to redeem my credit card miles to the finals in St. Louis.
He shoots. Nothing but no.
Go from no to no hassle with Capital One No Hassle Rewards. Fly any airline with no blackout dates.
What's in your wallet?
Hi, Enterprise. I'm at the repair shop, and I need to rent a car.
At Enterprise, we'll arrange to pick you up free and get you on your way.
Nice save, Mom.
Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
What he done?
Same as a victim from a previous case.
How do you solve a murder?
Could be a copycat.
Never released the details to the press.
When you think the killer is behind bars.
Did I actually put the wrong guy in jail?
Catch the return of Friday's most watched show.
It's like the evidence proves him right and wrong at the same time.
A new Numbers next Friday.
Greg Gumbel in New York. In Austin, Kentucky closing in on a Sunday date in the regional final. Watch the nice cut. Patrick Sparks to Rajon Rondo. 9 points for Rondo. It's an 11-point lead for Kentucky. Let's get you back to Syracuse and rejoin Vernon Bill.
Earlier here last night, Wisconsin came from 9 down at the half, and they defeated North Carolina State. They await the winner of this one, North Carolina and Villanova. Inbound, Nardi finds Randy Foy. Jumper by Foy. Felton with the rebound.
If they don't go down, you're in trouble. You know, early in the game, red hot. Knocking them down.
10-point North Carolina lead. Jackie Manuel, Sean May, McCants, Felton, Marvin Williams on the floor.
And right now they're going to try and shorten the game, get it down around 10. Now they're going to run their offense. High pick and roll. And May goes, look at this lob. Nice. How about that read? Frazier.
Yes, Frazier with the tip and the steal. 2 minutes and 40 seconds remaining. Foy. Now here's Kyle Lowry.
Driving against anybody. Oh, Philly tough.
He is something else.
He is extraordinary. Not afraid, unabashed to go to the rim. Playing street ball with his brothers or pickup games with other Philly guys have made me tough. I'm from Philly. And that's his quote.
Lowry with 15 points on his 19th birthday. At the free throw line again. 6 of 9 from the field. He's also chipped in 3 steals and 6 rebounds. But he misses the front end of a 1-and-1. And Raymond Felton brings it up. North Carolina will know they've had a battle tonight.
Jay Wright did a marvelous job, and I know Roy will compliment him. They're just not the physical equipment to compete up front. Change the defenses, just extraordinary. And it should be noted in that town what a magnificent job he's done.
That's 5 fouls on Felton. He's out. Wow. Let's check the CBS Sportsline stat of the game. Field goal percentage, second half. Long-range jumpers haven't fallen for Villanova. Get complete game stats at CBSSportsline.com. Get a look at Joe Holliday, the assistant coach, as he congratulates Raymond Felton.
Joe, wonderful guy, longtime assistant to Roy at Kansas. and a great help to us in our preparation. Gives us a lot of insight into what they're trying to accomplish. You can't do it alone. You mentioned Freddie Hill on the other side with that staff. Frank County, Eddie Pickney you alluded to. A lot of work goes in.
Nardi's three revives Villanova's hopes. Skip pass. May into the hands of Melvin Scott, the senior.
Keep the ball moving is what they're trying to do. Good pressure and denial.
Rashad McCants.
Look at him. He really knows. Doesn't he how to react?
There's Lowry, took the flop.
Oh, and he's a tough kid. He just grabbed Williams' leg as he ran by.
Jackie Manuel.
Look at this. Kid is extraordinary.
There's Lowry. Right side, and a foul is called. Will shoot free throws.
And Lowry doesn't get tired. Look at they're hugging him out there. He deserves it. And this has just been a magnificent effort, complementing the preparation, the understanding of how to win this game or try and win the game.
Allen Ray, 2 shots. First attempt at a free throw tonight. 82.5% for the season. Could make it a 1-possession game.
There you go. If you're struggling, and Jay just pointing to the head, hang in there, be tough. Guys that get you this far.
Gets 2 free throws, a 7-0 run, and Villanova is back within 3. Ball is touched last.
And who's in this thing? Lowry. I mean, he almost came with that. Frazier jumped in front, and Lowry just darted underneath.
1:12 to go. North Carolina seemingly in command at 64-54, with 7 unanswered by the Wildcats.
They need a score, Vern. They've got to attack, I think.
There's another Lowry attempt at the steal, but Williams gets it back. Raymond Felton has fouled out. So Melvin Scott, under a minute to go. 64-61.
Down to 7.
5 on the shot clock. McCants rolls out. Rebound Villanova. Nardi, 2-on-2. Bounce pass. Foul. Foy at the line.
Nardi had great control. He made the guy extend himself on that bounce pass. A great fill. And right now you can see Carolina seeing it slip away a little bit by that facial look on Felton.
North Carolina stops the clock, calls time.
And this is just a magnificent play by Nardi. He said, just run to the block and I'll get it to you. And Foy able to get up and get the contact.
Villanova early in the game jumped out to a 21-9 lead. North Carolina clawed back. It was a 4-point deficit for the Tar Heels at halftime. They tied it at 55 all. Ultimately, we're out by 10 at 64-54. And now 7 unanswered for this scrappy bunch from Villanova. They've been led by a freshman and a junior, Kyle Lowry and Randy Foy.
Absolutely sensational job by both of them. And the other thing, Carolina going to the slowdown, using the clock a little bit, were unable to score, and then the runouts, getting opportunities, particularly at the free throw line. Ray, a couple of moments ago, it's just been a hang tough kind of an attitude. Early in the game, they had control. It slipped away as Carolina made their run. Now they've come up with big plays coming down the stretch.
40 seconds remaining. North Carolina with 3 timeouts remaining. Villanova 1 left. Rashad McCants, Melvin Scott, Sean May, Marvin Williams, and Jackie Manuel on the floor for North Carolina. And for Villanova, it's going to be Ray, Foy, Kyle Lowry, Nardi, and Jason Frazier. So 4 men, 6'3" or smaller.
I'm just thinking, you don't need the program. You know, they don't list heart in the program. They list inches. And these kids have come with a lot. A big Valentine. watch out for Lowry if this is missed, too. I mean, he's up front there next to Williams.
Curtis Sumter, injured knee last week, torn ACL. Short.
They're going the other way. Violation ran across. He knew it was short. Now they're going to try and get their Nardi's trying to get their defense set up.
39.2 remaining in a 2-point North Carolina lead. Nardi called for the lane violation. Now Jay Wright says we'll do a little pressure here. Sean May to inbound.
I don't know what he's asking about. Maybe the clock. Gets a free timeout here. Jay Wright, that is.
As his groups gathered around. 64-62.
You know what I think, Vern? The ball hit the rim, was touched and all. Maybe the clock, yeah, they just put a second on it.
Back to an even 40 seconds.
Everything counts. We've seen a lot of crazy things.
An underdog Villanova Wildcat team.
He's going to play straight up.
Melvin Scott, Sean May. Back to Scott. 30 seconds to go.
See, that I'm thinking, why not do it in the backcourt? And that's Nardi's fifth, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's number 5. And it's really, at this point in the game, too tough to let the time go and just get the ball back with 4 seconds. Give the foul right away, and hopefully you might get a split.
Today's Chevrolet players of the game from Villanova. Randy Foy, 27 points, and another double-double for Sean May, 14 points and 10 rebounds. And time has been called.
I think they're the 30 seconds for the time, the foul out. You might give a little kudo to Kyle Lowry, too. I mean, just a wonderful Foy with the numbers, but maybe just the all-out effort exhibited by Kyle Lowry is outstanding.
Now you look at Melvin Scott, who will go to the free throw line. It is a place he's not visited that much this year. 11 of 17 in 33 games.
65%?
Yep.
And you got to knock these down if you're going to move on.
First attempt tonight in a 2-point game. Smooth.
Early. Got to make them. That's what that's the name of the game coming down the stretch. Decides the winner.
Got them both.
Now they've got to force Villanova to use a lot of clock. They don't want to foul. And Villanova needs the quick hitter and get themselves set defensively. Look at this.
Kyle Lowry spin out to Randy Foy. There's Scott defensively. Foy penetrates, lost control of it, and is fouled as he goes up.
Well, Manuel there. And Roy saying, relax. This team puts so much pressure on you, Villanova, with the dribble. You know they can shoot the deep one, Vern, but if you come too close, they've got strength and speed with the bounce.
That puts Randy Foy at the line. 4 of 5 tonight.
Here we go.
There you go. Now they know exactly what they want to do. Get themselves set, try and get a steal on the inbounds, and then just follow through and give it. Oh, and look at the follow, and they come up with it.
Will Sheridan with a rebound. 13 seconds to go. Time called, Villanova.
Wow, what a good move by Jay Wright. They need the 3, and they've got ample people, Vern, to discuss the first, second, and third option.
Alan Ray is a three-point shooter, but has had a real tough time finding the basket tonight. Randy Foy, in contrast, ignited the quick start for Villanova. 5 of 12.
And, you know, Lowry doesn't shoot them 20% for the year, but he's the kind of kid, he gets the opportunity, you know he's going to step up. But usually the dribble and the kick out or a post entry and then the kick out. It might be opposite or it might be on the same side when you create a passing lane.
And if you're Roy Williams defensively.
Well, that's what he's got to do. He's got to force maybe a 2 somehow, maybe hug the timeline. And a lot of guys will foul in this situation, you know, if need be.
Saw Randy Foy 5 of 12 from three-point range this evening. Alan Ray is only 1 of 10. His slump that began with the NCAA tournament in the first round has continued tonight.
So the concern I always have with fouling and giving them the 2 is the rebound on the second one. We just saw Villanova get that rebound on the missed free throw. So that's the danger. We'll just see what Roy wants to go with.
Lowry will inbound. Foy, Ray, Fraser, and Sheridan. 11.6 to go in regulation.
Back screen and a pop.
Alan Ray, penetration, and a shot. No.
I know they're upset, but I think it was the right call.
Another look.
The crowd doesn't like this. Let's see. Count the pivot fee. 3. You know.
Alan Ray turned in belief that he was going to have a chance to tie it up with a free throw.
Pretty good pressure. Count the steps, folks, along with us. See, once he picks it up. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Big time call. And you see Carolina. Jay Wright really didn't argue at all. You know, he just wanted to get the defense set up.
And only the 8th Villanova turnover of the night. It comes at a most critical point. Now you see Williams at 84%. Sean May will inbound it to McCants, and he's fouled with 7.6 remaining.
Well, that's, you know, would you say it's a Syracuse influence crowd, maybe, you know, Rudy, here at the home of the Orangemen?
Randy Foy fouls out with 28 points, 1 shy of his season high tonight.
And you got a 71% free throw shooter going to the line in McCants. Wow, did they make it right to the end? And big free throws now for Carolina.
Rashad McCants at the line where he's been perfect this evening. He's 8 of 8. Randy Foy, 28 points. Baker Dunleavy is on the floor. Number 22 of the familiar Dunleavy family. Brother Mike, of course, played at Duke. Father Mike
wasn't a bad player, the father either.
No, not at all.
And of course,
here's McCants too. Well,
the push now. You got to be prepared.
7.6 to go. Time called, North Carolina.
Wants to make sure there's no margin for error. You don't want to foul. Don't even want to be in the vicinity.
Roy Williams' second season last year in 1911. They went out in the second round and lost to Texas. Trying to get this Tar Heel program back into the Elite Eight. The winner of this one takes on Wisconsin. But North Carolina has been through a battle this evening.
And this only helps them. It makes you better, be in tight situations. So Steve Robinson over there too was, of course, with Roy out at Kansas. And then later on Florida State and then back with him. But this was a test and a monumental accomplishment, I think, by Villanova. True believers in what the coaches put down. And of course the fans here not happy with that walk call, but I think Tommy O'Neill did the right. Do you agree with me?
Yes. 7.6. Dunleavy will inbound. Finds Fraser. Here's Kyle Lowry. Jumper. Yes!
This kid's unbelievable.
That's only the 5th three-pointer he's made all year.
And look at his scale.
Ray. 1.8 to go.
He's going to call the next timeout. Roy wants the timeout.
That's their last. Kyle Lowry, 5 of 20 before this game.
And wisely not touching exactly what Roy said. You don't want to get in the neighborhood. And right now it's a dead ball situation, Vern. They can't run the baseline. That's a major issue. So they can shadow the ball, maybe get a 5-second call. They did have a home run pass immediately to McCants on the inbounds, but May did not see it at the other end of the floor.
1.8.
Wow, this is one of those you don't go home. It's like nobody's going away. Nobody's backing off. Right to the end.
And these Syracuse hometown residents, I think, have taken up the cause of the underdog Wildcats.
And with May taking it out, he's got good vision, can see people. I think you've got to throw it the other way, Vern. Make it cut.
They bring Jason Fraser at 6'10" up to guard the inbound play.
Take the vision away.
May heaves it. There
Smart,
it is.
Smart. Got to go the other way. You don't want to foul, though, Manuel.
Lowry at the buzzer. This one is over.
Wow, Jay Wright and your team. Magnificent effort. And Roy Williams, a good test for your club.
Top-seeded North Carolina hangs on. They win by 1. They will take on the 6th seed Wisconsin Badgers here on Sunday afternoon. For Bill Raftery, this is Vern Lundquist saying so long from Syracuse, where our final score, 67-66. Greg Gumbel along after this message. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports.
The SS Chevys are back. 6 cars, 1,926 horsepower. Chevy, an American revolution.
The passage is intense, but if you complete the journey, you will find your destiny among the world's greatest warriors. The few, the proud, the Marines.
If you decide to quit smoking, there are things you should know that can greatly increase your chances for success. To learn about them, visit Quit Assist Online, a free resource that links you to a wealth of expert quitting information, including tools and tips that have worked for others. Because the more you know about how to quit, the better your chances for success. Quit Assist. Log on through philipmorrisusa.com.
What I like about Vision from Sprint is a picture mail. So I'm pet sitting my friend's bird. I take a picture of it. Now, anything happens, he flies away. I send the picture to a pet store. Get another one, a better one even. You're a good friend, Curtis.
With Sprint PCS Picture Mail, you can take and send unlimited pictures. Try it and other Sprint PCS Vision services free and see how easy and amazing they really are. Sprint PCS, now that's better.
No matter what the sport, anytime athletes sweat, they lose more than just water. Gatorade puts back the sodium, potassium, and carbs all athletes need to perform at their best. Water does not.
You got $1 million worth of talent.
You sell the tickets, I'll make the music.
You work your magic, Colonel, or by God, we're through.
Don't be cruel.
Welcome back to the road to the Final Four here on CBS, everyone, with the tournament field now down to the Elite Eight. Let's look back at some outstanding efforts over the past 2 nights. Here are the 4 Pontiac game-changing performances from the regional semifinals. Number 1, the Louisville Cardinals went on a 14-0 run in the first half. Never looked back. They upended the top seed Huskies from Washington. Number 2, the Arizona Wildcats stood 4.5 seconds from elimination when senior Salim Stoudemire hit the game winner to down Oklahoma State. Number 3, Michigan State went on a 20-8 second-half run to topple Duke, the number 1 seed in the Austin bracket. And number 4, North Carolina shot 42% from beyond the three-point line to overcome a 4-point halftime deficit. They outlast Villanova 67-66. Take action and vote now at ncaasports.com/Pontiac and choose your favorite performance. Pontiac will donate $5,000 to the winning school's General Scholarship Fund. That final score, 67-66, North Carolina. Look at this call on Villanova's Alan Ray. You experts can weigh in. I say it's a wrong call.
I didn't think it was a walk, and certainly the officials, I thought, made a mistake here. I don't think Alan Ray walked. I think it was a clean play. There was a little contact. If anything, he should have actually gotten the hoop and perhaps a foul, maybe a no call, but certainly it didn't appear as though he walked there. I'd say he didn't walk.
Dribble, 1 step, 2 step, not a walk, period.
Hey, I'm right. Tonight on The Late Show, Dave welcomes Vin Diesel. He recaps a day in the life of the Michael Jackson trial. The Late Show, followed by Craig Ferguson here on CBS. That comes your way after your local news. Here's the lineup for Saturday. At 1 Eastern time, Virginia Union takes on the Bryant Bulldogs in the Division II championship game. Then we'll hit the road to the Final Four at 3 o'clock Eastern time. And after that, we'll start issuing tickets to St. Louis for the Final Four. In Albuquerque, West Virginia will meet Louisville. Tip time about 4:40. In Chicago, Arizona will take on top seed Illinois, tipping at about 7:05. On Sunday, the road to the Final Four comes your way at 2 Eastern time. From Syracuse, Wisconsin will meet top seed North Carolina. And then from Austin, it'll be Michigan State against Kentucky. We have a couple more games, Final Four still to be determined. Please join us for it all. For Seth, for Clark, for all of us here at CBS, I'm Greg Gumbel. Have a good night, everybody.
That's just...
Only Taco Bell's Fiesta Taco Salad takes classic ingredients and updates them with a tangy, chunky salsa and crunchy lime-seasoned tortilla strips. Made right when you order it.
Check it out.
They're totally checking this out. For a great tasting taco salad, think outside the bun.
The Incredibles is the #1 DVD